If you out there says, hey, we like the music, then you can say it. I'm gonna repeat again. If you like the music and you think the music should still remain in it, then we'll do that. Then we'll consider putting it back. But with all these people coming in here, I mean, you know what, Tracy?
We
We
might
should
have
go
to book
backwards.
less guests, maybe, because we could use the platform for both music and um, because if we book less guests, that means that we have more guests to pick the week after. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, Tracy, our guests have been like, I only can come on this week.
Well, yeah, depending on
Yeah,
what
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
what their job does, and actually, I guess like how busy they are. So yeah, because a lot of people, seeing as though this is a nighttime show, a lot of people are kind of a little more flexible in the evening than they are during the daytime. And also, we kind of have to, just make sure, not saying that we want to stop the conversation, but we've got to make sure that we end it at a reasonable time because tomorrow is Tuesday, you know?
I don't care. This is my show.
Yeah, but they might have to work.
Goodbye. They can leave. I can just talk to you.
This is true.
You turn me down a little bit so I can get excited without blowing the thing.
Okay. Actually, you're fine. It's just your earphones. They're too high. Let me see which one.
No, it just sounds like in a room. I can hear echo in the room.
Yeah, that's you. I can't hear it in my headphones.
You can't hear me.
I can't hear that echo in
The room.
my earphones. No. Only thing that I hear is the humming of something. So that means your earphones are too loud. I might have to turn them down. Because remember, these are a little.
I can hear the echo on you.
Yeah. You know what? Why? You know what? It's your
What?
Your phone.
What about my phone? It's not.
What is your phone set on? Because you might be getting feedback from your phone.
No.
Because I don't hear anything.
From in the studio, every room has an echo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when the room is less people, it's going to sound like this. It's like you're in a bathroom.
Oh, I don't hear it. Not in mine. Well, I can turn it down a little bit, but if I turn you down any more, you won't be in the green.
I could be in the green. You went drastic. Now I'm really in the bathroom.
No. You said down. Do you want me to do it up?
Go back up. Go right there. Right there.
Okay. I didn't hear it. Only thing I hear is the humming of.
I hear the hum too. I don't
know.
Something,
but I don't know what it is.
It could be your master volume.
Oh, the master volume is at 5.
Then turn it down. Turn it down. See
if
how
I
it works.
turn it down, you can't give us that.
No. Why are you so drastic?
No, it's on 2. It's
Go
on
to
2.
4. Go to 4. That's 1, 2. That's not.
Right
that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Oh, okay.
That's perfect. It's perfect.
But when it's on 4,
She's still touching knobs.
When it's on 4,
it's not loud enough.
I can't see you. I can see me go up and down, but I can't see you.
You can't see me up and down.
No.
Then turn my microphone up. My level. Yeah, test 1, 1, 1, 1. That ain't do nothing.
That ain't do anything at all. That's the master level.
Then turn the master up.
I usually have to turn it to 5 so we can actually.
You see, we learning as we go. Hey, what's up, people in the room? We learning as we go along.
Yeah, it has to be on 5 so I can see the levels go up and down. So those are the things that I'm supposed to look for. The levels, make sure that the music in the background is gone, and make sure that the mic is on and the mic is locked. And after that, we got a show. And
so this is a special show. We live without no guests. The guests have not got here yet.
Not yet. They're supposed to be here at 7:30. Because I know if I tell somebody at 7:30, I have to give them like maybe 10 or 15 minutes to actually show up, depending on the parking outside.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with that. But what have you done this weekend? I did a lot. So maybe you should.
Yeah, I'll go first. The last time you went for half an hour.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm still looking for Lenny Kravitz's clothes on I love the way he dresses. And his drummer, I love her hair. Her hair looks just like mine. But go ahead.
No.
So we're good.
Oh, well, last weekend was World Pride.
Mm-hmm.
So
did you get a chance to see Doshi?
Who was that?
She's.
I'm joking.
Oh. I like the way she dressed too.
You like the way everybody dressed. I mean, you like the way I dress, so you weird.
Now, it's the 70s, like 60s scare.
That's all day.
The free
long.
love part, yeah. But go ahead.
If it was the 60s, you would be giving me a daisy.
I sure would be.
Big shout out to people that's in the chat that's looking in and like, oh, so what we doing is relaxing before the guests got here because I decided not to bring the music thinking that by the time we get all set up, the guests are here. So again, if you out there on Facebook, if you said, hey, I came in for the music, then we'll just reinstall it. But we have some interesting guests. Today, it's actually 3 people.
Yeah.
And what we try to do with the show is try to be multifaceted. So these people are part of the community, especially the local Baltimore community.
Mm-hmm. And the house music community.
And the house music, yeah. Uh-huh. So that this show is going to actually keep showing different things, Let's go over what we've been through. Okay. So just in case you might have missed something, we're going to try our best. Let's play. Can you remember?
I know I can't remember. Yesterday, I do remember I went to Wu-Tang on Fridays. Wu-Tang.
What's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey C in the room. Yo, how was it? How was it? He did World Pride. He played.
Oh yeah. How was your set, Mr. C? I like to say Mr. C.
It's not Mr. no more. Now he is Master C.
Oh, Master C.
Yeah.
Like this, Master. Like that, Master.
Yeah. So he played with Roddy, and they love him in DC. His energy, his energy is like.
They buy him drinks.
He don't drink.
Okay. At least some water.
So in the past, look, we had some. Let's start off with I remember her Easy, which is her beloved was here when he did the decompression parties. Mm-hmm. We had Erica.
Oh yeah,
from Safari.
Oh yeah.
And you won't be here next week.
Oh, just in case people want to know, I'm going to put you in the know. I work for a nonprofit called Maryland Citizens for the Arts. So Maryland Citizens for the Arts is having an art summit next week on the 17th and the 18th. And the Maryland Art Summit actually celebrates artists, and they also have a networking capacity to it. So public art, you will be the first to see this installation within the Prince George's County subway system that displays local talent, which is a great thing. And you can also network with those who give grants and things of that sort to artists for public art. And you do not have to be a fine artist to get a grant.
You told people about this because this was the one. They could get paid for doing this.
Yeah, they could get paid for actually showing up because we're giving away $200 to artists, and you did not have to be a fine artist. You can be an artist of any kind. So we were actually giving you $200 to come and network, to come and be a part of the happy hour, and also come and just be a part of the celebration of arts. We do have some things where it teaches you how to navigate around the system, because everybody doesn't get a grant. But if you don't get the grant, you know that you can actually call these people and say, hey, why didn't I get the grant? And guess what? They will tell you. So after they tell you, you know how to write your grant the next time you go up for a grant. And a lot of people don't realize that arts is music, movies, literary, meaning poetry, and also books. And you also have culinary arts. A lot of people don't realize that culinary arts.
But it's too late for them now. It's too late. But this happens every year, right?
Well, tomorrow is the last day to sign up for it.
To attend,
to attend, not to get paid to attend, but to attend. But it's only like $70 for both days. We feed you breakfast and lunch. for
And
the
you
2 days.
to elbow with people in the arts from administration all the way down.
Yeah, they have Maryland State Arts Council, and Maryland State Arts Council will be there. They're the ones that give out the grants and things of that sort. They will be there to talk to you.
Tomorrow.
So there's a special session. No, you have to sign up by tomorrow. And the Maryland Arts Summit is the 17th and the 18th, the days before Juneteenth. And
what days of the week? What days of the week is that?
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday and Wednesday because Juneteenth is Thursday.
August here?
Yes. Okay. So I guess vacation or
no.
Okay. So
all three of them?
Yes, all of them are here. So Maryland State Arts Council will be there to answer any questions as far as grants is concerned, because they even have an international grant where you can apply for, and they will pay for you to go anywhere you want to go internationally as long as you have someone to receive you. They will pay for whatever you put inside the proposal. So that's a very, very, very crucial thing. But guess what? If you don't know how to write a proposal or even put inside the proposal, we have someone there who's going to teach you how to fill out for a grant, write a proposal, and make sure that you don't miss any line items. So we will have somebody for there, and guess what? We have the Maryland volunteer lawyers that will be in the house too, and they will be doing a session about when should you call a lawyer. So say if you have anything going on as far as copyright infringement, or you need a trademark, or you just need a lawyer to look over a contract, they're there for you. And it's a free service. So you can actually show up at the Maryland Arts Summit, and they will take walk-ins, and you walk in, you can talk about your legal problems, or say if you want to start a business, they will help you write a business plan for your business, things of that sort. And that's not really bad for $70 for 2 days. And guess what? If you can't afford the $70, we have a community pricing program. So you can get both days for $50. And if you still can't afford that, all you have to do is sign up for a hardship, and hey, you might be able to come for free. You would have to come to Prince George's County Center of Performing Arts. You have to find a way there. But once you get there, you will get in for free. So the Maryland Arts Summit has a lot for you. We'll teach you how to navigate around fascism, and you know that we're actually going through a lot of that. Like I said, grants, how to start doing marketing, how to do digital marketing at a reasonable price, and sometimes how to do digital marketing for free. We also have a advocacy group, which, believe it or not, they're sisters. They're like nuns, but they all drag queens, and they will also talk to you about activism and how to be your true self without changing anything.
So y'all can choose your seed?
Yeah, you can choose seed. So I'm talking about all the great things that the Maryland Arts Summit is giving you. Like MDVLA, they're actually going to do open session for MDVLA. So if for those who don't know, that's Maryland Volunteer Lawyers of the Arts. So they are doing a session about do you need a lawyer? And if you do, when to call a lawyer. And they will actually take walk-ins. So if you have any,
are they pro bono?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going.
So if you come up there, they have walk-in sessions, so you don't have to sign up or anything.
So
you can just walk in.
I can't go and say, hey, me and Tracy is like this. I can get in the 17, 18.
No, you gotta pay admission. Admission for 2 days.
I did it for them before.
You gotta pay admission. I'm telling you have to pay admission. If you want admission for 2 days, it's $70. But if you can't afford $70, we have community pricing / student pricing. where you can pick that, and it's $50 for both days. But think about it.
But can I buy one day?
You can buy one day, and one day is only like $5 or $10 cheaper. And also, the next day we're doing free professional headshots. So that's included in your admission too. So if you need a headshot for your website or a headshot for pretty much anything,
That's a deal
you will
for the
be
money then.
right. You will be sitting down with a professional photographer for 10 minutes. He will take headshots of you for a whole 10 minutes, and then afterwards he will send you all the headshots.
All of them.
Yeah. So that's one thing you have to sign up for because that always sells out. And the same thing with the coffee with the council, Maryland State Arts Council. You can sit down. It's in a small group. You can ask them questions. And the benefit of going to coffee with the council is a lot of people have a lot of questions that you don't think about. So Maryland State Arts Council was actually giving away grants for you to travel internationally to study your art. So they will give information about that. They will also give you information about how to fill out for grants. If you don't think that you qualify for said grant, they can let you know, like specifically if you qualify for that grant. Because just because you do movies and there's a literary grant, that doesn't mean that you don't qualify for the literary grant, because if you do movies, I mean, somebody had to write the movie, correct? So a portion of the money for the literary grant could actually be helping, could actually help you out to get your movie set across, as long as there's a script, so there's a lot of questions and a lot of things that you can navigate around by actually talking to them directly. And as we know,
this works for a lot of people. A lot of people don't know it, and because actually, even if you're just a DJ, that's an art.
Yeah, because you're part of music, and also depending on what your music is. Like I think Baltimore club music just got a Heritage Award, and that Heritage Award I think gave them $10,000 for them to expand on their I don't know what that popping sound is.
I'm wondering what that is too.
So I really don't know.
Did you bring a bombs in here with you?
So but Baltimore club music got a Heritage Award that was $10,000, and not only did they get that award, we're spotlighting Rob Lee at one of the sessions. So they're actually doing that podcast from the Maryland Arts Summit. And this is going to be, and that's another thing too. If you don't want to show up in person, you can actually get a virtual admission. All of the sessions won't be virtual, but it's only $15 for the virtual sessions. So you'll get 2 days worth of information. It might not be all the information that you wanted.
That's not ready.
But no, I just want to make sure they can hear us.
You don't have to whisper. This show is wide open. We ain't hiding nothing.
Can you hear? Yeah. Okay, cool beans. So
so wait a minute. This is why you need your own show. Because I left, you was talking about Maryland. I came back, and you still talking about Maryland.
Yeah, because I was.
What else is going on,
I was filling
Tracy?
time. I was just
Tracy,
filling time.
That's not all you did.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I talked about.
You went to the cellar.
Oh yeah, I did. I'm saying I had Wu-Tang on the brain when I went to the cellar. So the cellar was the cellar.
And if you're not from Baltimore, the cellar is a monthly party that happens with one of the leaders, one of the former leaders of Collective Minds, and one of the forefront for a lot of parties in Baltimore.
We call it the basement because you actually go downstairs in the basement.
I'm a basement boy. You got a problem with basements?
No, not at all. No, but we call it the basement. So if you're a little tall,
it's a nice big spot. It's nice.
Jimmy go like this without getting on his tiptoes, and he touched the ceiling.
He shouldn't wear heels.
But I ain't gonna say nothing. But anyway, yeah, I went to go see Pope, DJ Pope. One of our affiliates from 88.9, and he killed it. And when he played Shout from Vanessa
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh, the crowd went wild. They were like, oh, shout. And they started running around and stuff. You know, the whole James Brown thing. They did everything
That's a
but
new
flip.
record. It's coming out on Quantize. So
Yeah, they did everything but flip. That's all I'm saying. You know, they was like, you know, if you saw the Blues Brothers, the James Brown portion of it, yeah, that's how people were acting. And I was like, okay, all right, I guess they had something to shout about. They had a hard week, huh?
So let me ask you, Tracy. You know, there are a lot of parties that's going on, and I'm noticing that you're not going to all of them. Normally, you go to every party there is. It was Deep Sugar last weekend.
Yeah.
With
Knuckles, Meech, and
right.
Yeah.
Knuckles, Meech, and
yeah, I couldn't go there because I was doing graphics for the nonprofit. I knew that we only had a couple of days to continue
real busy.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing. With this being with this year being a fiscal year. Oh, you didn't know that? That's
mine don't do that. Mine. Wait.
This is embroidered on here.
Yeah, I don't.
And now it shines.
I see. If y'all see on Facebook, she has on her own design.
Yeah.
This must be a private edition, but you got to be
something
special.
I did a small batch of this because I didn't know if people would like it, but people like it. I got skull caps with this on there too, just like that.
Embroidered.
Yep.
And it's still available.
I gotta check and see. I know I kept this one for myself, but yeah, I gotta check and see. I probably do have.
Because people looking and saying, "Hey."
Oh well, yeah. And plus, I took my website down because I wanted to redo it. So yeah, I need to. I didn't realize how busy I was going to be. This is usually my downtime.
Like you for a week. Got no downtime.
And then next day, you know, and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm just running everywhere. But anyway,
let me tell you,
but Wu-Tang, that's what I'm saying.
We're not going back to Wu-Tang. That was 2 weeks ago.
No, Wu-Tang was Friday. They just went. It was.
Wait a minute. We talked about this last week.
No, that was.
That's the Roots.
That was the Roots. So I was doing my hip hop all weekend, last weekend, and then just one day this week.
Okay.
Yeah, and I ducked the one person out that I said I was going to duck out. I was successful.
Tracy, don't do it. Don't do it on the show.
No, I put them on the park. People know when I put you on. When I tell you I'm going to put you on a parking lot. That means how the parking ride goes. You get off the bus and then you got to wait for the next bus to come.
Tracy, it's not people's fault. You look like such a nice person.
I am a nice person.
No, you're not.
Until you end up on the parking lot, and that means I ain't coming back.
See, and the parking lot is
that's
full.
That's a nice way to put it, right? You don't think that's a nice way to put it?
I think
he's not on the air yet. You can't talk to him.
I can't talk to you. I'm sorry, I can't talk to our guests. But we're waiting for another guest to come.
Well, no, we actually can start because they're not talking together, right?
Yeah, because their show is together.
No, oh yeah. I mean, but you're not waiting for the third.
No, I'm waiting for the other guests to come so we can, introduce them.
So last week,
we got to do some superhero music.
Wait a minute. Last week, the two authors, that thing, I was getting so many phone calls.
Really?
About talking about the whole idea from housing to growing up in the projects in their books. And a lot of people called, so they bought them.
Yeah,
so,
that was a really good book. Dre Hart, great job on the book. I read it. And also, Daryl, I read your book, a couple of years ago? And that interview on Jay-Z is still running. They have it on their app. They also have it on their I think it's on Paramount Plus. You can do a rerun of it.
Oh.
That has the best, the most reruns.
If you missed it last week,
so yeah, last week it was
Brown.
Yes, Daryl Brown.
Right. You need to go
not the way that I spell it, DAROL. That's not the right way. It's DARRYL. Like Daryl.
You put on a flyer DAROL.
Oh. No, I did ARRYL. I copied and pasted what was on his Facebook page, I think.
Hey, Roddy. Hey, how you doing, man?
His name is Daryl, not Daryl.
Bub Jones. Troy Fields. What's happening? What's happening? We already started the show. We actually already started. So last weekend, I was so busy with a lot of stuff. Quantize has, 3 number one albums. And if this doesn't happen, we have to spend a lot of time.
Yeah, because there needs to be celebrated. Small celebrations for everything.
It's a job.
We need cake. We need cake.
So it takes a lot. And then this season, we all traveling and touring. Some of us with the Roots and Wu-Tang and
Hip hop junkie. It's like, anyway, I love house music.
So a lot of people are asking me questions over again about Collective Mind. It's August the 28th.
The 31st.
31st,
yeah.
Right? Because it's the weekend of Labor Day.
People called me. People called me and asked me were tickets already available. I'm like,
no, not yet. No.
We will announce when the tickets are available. Like I can magically make tickets appear. I can't.
No, that's handled by Househead.
Magic, but not that much.
And last weekend, congratulations QB for getting married. So that kind of tied them up.
Yeah.
And stuff. So we got it going on. It's going to be really nice. But some more details are coming up. You can book your tickets because it's already there. It's in cement. That part of it is done.
Oh, and the guest DJ.
Why are you stripping?
And the guest DJ is me, and I will be playing polka music.
Is that why you're stripping? Are you going to dance naked playing polka?
No. It's starting to get a little warm in here. I'm sorry.
It is because the door's shut.
Yeah. I got on. That's why I wore 2 shirts.
So next week is I got Neil Conway coming in here. So me and Neil go back about 30 years. So it's gonna be a really interesting show. I don't think I'm gonna book anybody with him because the brother can talk and he has a real thorough, huh?
He's a like a professor or something.
A whole bunch of stuff, with his son graduate college, a whole bunch of stuff. So. Besides the whole Crystal Water Basement Boy thing and his own record label and all that and everything. So,
then without what?
If y'all leave out again, she ain't had no clothes on when y'all come back.
Oh, because she gets hot. It's hot. Yes.
We have to close the door first. We're on air. So we're on air. So we're going to introduce our special guest whenever you're ready.
Everybody, whoever's, you can sit down, you can join. I don't have my thing.
It's an effort. It's a joint effort. So, without further ado, since you guys are sitting at the mics, and you can chime in whenever you want to, because I can make myself poof be gone. Okay, no problem.
Gotcha.
But anyway, we would like to introduce 2 of our guests.
Okay, all right, wait a minute. You see these microphones? It was better if you are up directly.
Yeah, you have to be directly on there. Can you put your earphones on to make sure that you can hear us?
Right. Lift it up so it's like right in front of you.
You need to be as close
Lift the whole thing up.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say, ladies first. Ladies first.
Oh, Sherry Webb.
And you are representing?
2 entities.
Okay.
The first is Rhythm and Love.
Okay.
And this is my trusty counterpart over here.
Okay, and you are?
Oh.
You not O.
I am Ricky Mix.
And you represent together the
Rhythm and Love.
Whoop. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We would have sound effects, but that didn't happen today. And we also have another guest that's in waiting. Would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Why don't you wait so we can get to it?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay.
We only have 4 microphones,
Yeah. Okay, so Rhythm and Love. How can they get in contact with you about Rhythm and Love? Let's get that together first.
Why are you starting that? Wait a minute. What is Rhythm of Love?
No, I want them to get because once we start talking, I'm gonna,
you don't never forget, Tracy. You never
forget. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pause.
While you doing that, Tracy, give the station stuff.
Okay, you are now listening to the Thommy Davis Show on Power 410. That's Power 410, please download the app, download the app. Because guess what? We sound so much better in stereo. We are also looking for sponsors. If you would like to sponsor the Thommy Davis Show on Power 410, either email power410@gmail.com or hit me up in my inbox. And my name is Tracy Stevens. That's TracyStevens. But don't call me this weekend because I will be in Prince. Well, until next week, because I will be in Prince George's County. Yeah.
Yay.
So how can they contact you first?
Why are we starting there?
Because
Who's gonna contact? They
we
don't know
got
what
a
they gonna
lot of
contact yet.
information to go through,
Oh,
and
we got this.
So
We got
all right, so
Well, we're on social media.
Okay.
Rhythm and Love is on Facebook. It's a group page, and
you need to come a little closer.
a little closer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
No, she's
Is that
close. You real close.
I'm real close.
No, she sounds far away in
Okay.
my earphones.
Okay.
Yeah, turn her mic up.
Oh, she's on the same level as we are.
Okay.
She's in the green.
You got
Well,
a nice
Yay.
song
Now
voice.
you're on the
Yeah.
one.
I got my radio voice on.
Okay, so you did start off on Facebook because that's what I wanted to get your
Yes.
information.
Yes, no worries. Rhythm and Love 365 on Facebook.
Okay.
That's our page, a group page, and it's a private page. Okay, so only members usually are on there. You can suggest to be a member, and then we'll invite you in. You have to follow the rules, Facebook rules. But mostly our major rule is maintain the flames. Okay, maintain the flames.
Right.
If you're about that, that's what we want. We want couples that are coming together to maintain the flames in their relationship.
Yeah, because I've heard that you started off on Zoom during the pandemic.
We did.
Okay.
We did. You want to talk about that?
No.
You want to participate?
I'm trying to act like I'm in the audience. What
What is
couples?
it?
What?
I know. What are we doing, right?
Right.
Okay. So the synopsis on Rhythm and Love is basically a couple series that unite couples together to just have fun together, to maintain the flame. So what we do is we combine the arts with having fun date nights, and going out together and just, maintaining. So we started off doing Zoom with music. So hubby was so instrumental in making sure that we had our music, and we actually, we asked the couples on our first night, we asked them to actually come together and submit their songs of what song would identify them as a couple, right?
Great idea.
Oh, it was like amazing, because during the pandemic we were bored, right?
Okay,
We needed
all
something
right.
to do. We needed date nights. So we actually asked them to please suggest what song identifies you as a couple. So they submitted the songs, and during the Zoom, Ricky started playing okay, we opened the floor up and we said, when you hear your song, we want you to get up and start dancing like you're on a dance floor. Since we couldn't come outside and dance together, we were on Zoom dancing together. And so the couples were, they felt like they were on The Price is Right or something. Because when they saw they heard their song, which they haven't heard in years together, or they haven't danced to it in years, or probably decades, they started getting up and dancing like this is the first time they heard the song. And they were just having a great time.
That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
It was simple, but it was major, because we were all locked in, and we needed something to do. And so they just came together, and it was like, we got to do this again. And after the pandemic, and we were, together and just talking, they said, why don't y'all do this live? And we were like, what? No, we wasn't thinking that far. We were just having fun during the pandemic. So.
And important, because a lot of people broke up in pandemic. Because you know what?
Or made babies. One of the two.
Yeah.
That was a baby making time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They made the babies, then broke up. That's all my people I know.
Facts, Rick.
Exactly.
And you're not helping playing music to make them make babies.
Oh, yes, he was. He was playing some good music.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, but this was a great idea, and a lot of people. This was private though. This wasn't like open on Facebook.
No.
You had to register.
Well, no. On Facebook, we just actually invited couples, and then we opened it up for other couples, invite other couples.
Okay. So
Yeah.
It's like if you belong.
That kind of thing, or, if you just want to have some fun, because like I said, we were bored, out of our minds, either at each other or we just want to do something.
Yeah.
Wow. So, specifically you.
Mhm.
You had 12 years on radio. You're not new to this.
Oh no, no. I was on WEAA for jazz and for the Gospel Grace Show. I was the original member of the Gospel Grace Show.
Wow.
So, and I was just sharing how Pope and OG would come on after me. Yeah,
Right.
train them.
Right.
Part of their training. Yeah, so
That's history. That's legendary.
yeah. A lot of people don't know, but once you have done radio, it's like either you loved it or you didn't. I loved it, but then there was a season for it.
You got a radio voice. You really do.
I made good money then. Work my way through Morgan State.
We can't pay you anything.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
So wait, I'm fascinated with this. What's your background again to come up with this idea of couple therapy?
Say it again.
What was the background that y'all had or decided to do this couple therapy? I'm quite sure it wasn't just why not.
Oh, the background is
right.
Us, like as a couple, we go through our ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk to other couples and friends and say, you know what, it's no book on this relationship thing, but we can share our stories together and we can help each other.
Right.
And so the main thing is to maintain that flame. Talk about it, find out what's working, what's not working, and then you just share the information with one another.
Wow. And they didn't have to be married.
No. So we have couples of all genders, races, all of that good stuff. Ethnicities, it doesn't matter. We just love,
Wow.
Yeah. And so, you don't have to be married. You just be a couple committed to one another and, again, committed to maintaining the flame.
Standard couples, man and woman.
No. Anybody.
You had man and man or woman and
anybody.
woman.
Anybody.
Wow.
Yeah. A couple's a couple.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate.
Listen, same sex, same problem.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I was just asking.
Yeah.
That's a good question. No, non-judgmental zone.
So it's still, now y'all moved on, it's no longer private. It's no zone, it's Zoom. What is it now?
So it's live events we starting off every other month. And again, excuse me.
Yeah, it's live events at this point. It took us so long to come outside with it because we were looking for the proper venue. Given the type of demographic that we're serving, it was certain parameters that we had to have. We just couldn't have any building or like a club or anything like that. We wanted good food, good drink, good parking.
So y'all needed a budget. To do this, is it a cost now?
No, we're married. I don't have a budget no more.
No, for the other couple.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I know you're not trying to sell polygamy or nothing, right? So,
If that would float your boat, but
No.
no judgment zone. I'm joking.
No. So actually, the first couple series that we actually had to happen so far, we had just invited couples to the venue. And the venue actually was open to us because basically it was a win-win situation. We're bringing customers, we're bringing new folk to your business. And so they opened up because they loved the idea of what we were doing. And again, as generic as it is, you just don't even think past what you did on Zooms. We just want to have fun. But now it's a thing where other people want to have fun and other people want to just experience the vibe. And it's a really good vibe.
Listen, a great date night is so hard to get right now at an affordable price.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And then have other people of the same mind, like mine, actually come together.
Right.
That's a whole experience.
That's what we thought. It was amazing. And our last event, I think it was 13 couples that came out together. 13 couples came out together. And I'm just going to tell you, we had an amazing time. Like he said, good food, good drink, good music. We had the best DJ.
You had somebody else besides Ricky?
No, it was
Oh, you had to see
No,
the
Ricky,
face.
my
I know
man.
you should have
Ricky,
saw
my
that
man.
thing. You saw that thing. You're like, wait a minute.
Both in radio land. You had to see his face. That's all I have to say.
He's like, wait a minute.
I'm unpacking that.
No, Rick is a true genius. I've told you
Yeah.
this already. He has his own sound. It's only any minute you great break, and then I can't be in a room with you. Your head with your big. Right now, your head is
He's
nice
humble.
and.
He's humble. He's a humble dude, so I don't think he will ever have that. But
I heard him.
his
and
time is
where
his
was-
time.
We was in South Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy ripped this place down. Like what? But it was stingy with the tracks. See, what is that? Like, I ain't giving it to you.
No, I don't know what it was.
That's more like it. Because I hear him sampling music at home, and I'm thinking like, don't you have this already? You don't know.
Yeah, he is really great. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time.
Oh, we know.
You can tell when someone has a thing. And you got a thing, bro. You got a thing.
You said that before, Tom. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Baltimore is like the birthplace where we got a lot of talent because people are raised in music from a young age. From
That's
out
it.
of high school, straight up. And so,
Now tell your story.
ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Divulge.
you're not interviewing? I mean, you're interviewing now. Okay, so I'll tell my story.
Anybody in this room.
Anybody can talk. Divulge.
No, I've been
Let me get the tea.
DJing for
Out the womb? Didn't you tell me out the womb?
Out the womb, because that's what I used to do as a kid, play records.
Okay,
And
all right.
then I remember my cousin. I was probably about 7. My cousin, he had this thing where he was playing 2 at the same time. I said, I like that. What's that? Tell me more. And had an older brother. We got equipment. Well, he got equipment, and he taught me, and I've been off to the races ever since.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
I was doing
So what
and
you-
the thing that's crazy to me, a lot of people in the house music community, when they first saw me DJing, they looking like this new phenomenon. But for 40 years or better, I was doing private functions. I was a mobile DJ. So, I did one club maybe through the years, but that's why a lot of people didn't see me. And at the same time, the whole game has changed now,
Yeah.
compared to what it used to be when I was coming up.
But that's how you earn your chops, is in those early parties. That's how you earn it.
Yeah, I had a brother. He would take me out. He would do parties. I would remember being like 12, 13. We set up,
What?
and I would see him at the end of the party.
Wow.
Wow,
So-
wow.
So what's your favorite genre?
House music.
Ooh, hip-hop.
Is it
I'm
limited?
joking.
Can you play multiple
He loves-
genres? Can
I
you
play
play?
everything.
You can't play everything.
I play everything.
That's
Okay.
a great thing.
But house music, and the reason why I like house music before the most is because of the messaging in it.
Yeah, it's
Also-
a very feeling.
Also, it's a genre that when you're playing, you're allowed to be in your own world. You don't have people coming up, let me hear this, let me hear that,
Yeah.
let me hear the other thing. You just are
Not
allowed
unless
to
they
take
drunk.
them on.
Right.
Yeah, it's still not very often,
No, it's not.
So that's the other thing I like. I can be free to be as creative as I choose to be without any restraints.
That's a great thing.
So, wait a minute. So your name as a DJ, I mean, on your is different.
Or
So
what?
What do you mean?
it's in the company. Are you?
Still Ricky Max. Yeah,
Okay.
it's still Ricky
So
Max.
people can reach you to hire you
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
DJ Ricky on
Ricky Max.
Facebook
Yeah.
or IG,
On Facebook, on IG, on Twitter,
on TikTok,
On
on
YouTube.
Mixcloud, on YouTube, because I do a stream
on Twitch.
on Twitch. I do a stream every Wednesday from 4 to 6 now.
Oh,
I've been doing that for a year. I started on House Grooves, but I stepped out and I'm doing Twitch, YouTube, Mixcloud, and Facebook.
And it's called Housefire.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Yeah, and I started my own party
Mhm.
every 3rd Friday. Housefire.
Oh, nice. Making your
how come
own
on?
way.
How come on? No, I mean,
Because you don't
Cause he's quiet. He just does his own thing.
you suck for promotion. You know?
He has no clue about that. Let me just
Yeah.
tell you, he really don't. He just like to play.
You say that, and that's my gripe with this whole situation. I like to play records.
You don't want
I
to
don't
do
want to
that.
post on
You have
Facebook.
to.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I do
promote.
that.
I don't want to do none
That's
of
what
that.
I'm
I just
helping
want to play
him.
records.
I just
Yeah.
help him
I
with
just want to
that.
hit the power button. That's all I want to do. But I realize there's a lot more that I have to do.
Yeah, you have to be your own promoter.
You have to
You
be your
really
own
do.
promoter, and in my opinion, these days you go further when people feel as though they know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like
True.
to me, it's the gift and the curse being an introvert.
Mm.
Because back in the day, you didn't know nothing about nobody. The DJ
Yeah.
booth was in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
All
right.
you,
Or
all you,
in
all
the
you knew
corner
is
with a
when,
real
You
light.
remember that?
all you know is when you walked in, you're like, that's him, that's him.
Yeah.
They
But
do
you
that.
knew nothing else about it.
That's
Sure.
But now with social media, they know what I drive, they know who I'm
yeah,
married to, they
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Yeah.
they know a lot.
There's no personal in social media anymore.
No.
Mhm.
And
So
the crazy part about it is
Yeah.
social media is actually supposed to get you more social as far as
No.
getting out of the house and, meeting new people. And social media actually secludes you even more because those people who are on social media all the time never leave the house.
Mm.
Well,
What?
So what's social about that?
I
But
just,
anyway.
I just saw an interview about that. Like over in London, they were
Mhm.
saying how the clubs were closing. And
Yeah.
they was putting it on social media where you go out and people's videotaping everything. So if you're at home, they like, why am I going to the club? I can sit here and see everything that they're doing.
Exactly.
And especially for the younger people that all they do is sections. But
Mhm.
I'm not going off on that tangent.
But that's a good point. It's way more than watching it. You got to be a part.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
have to
but
be a
with
part.
social
Well,
media, a lot
watch
of
it.
people don't know how to be a part. And especially if you're an introvert like me, you're fine just sitting there.
Mhm.
But you know what?
And playing at home.
Yeah.
Truth be told, most teachers are introverts. You know that. I'm an introvert.
Yeah, you
Yes,
are.
sir.
Yeah,
I already know.
you already know, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Wayne Davis,
Yeah.
introvert.
Y'all don't want.
Charisma,
Right.
introvert.
This is what his
Man.
slogan. His slogan is: "See me, but don't see me."
Oh no,
That's
you,
what introverts are.
really? Oh, you gotta come out that nowadays. They got a camera on your face. That's the
Mhm.
whole.
Yeah.
He's getting better with it, but that's him. He's like, I really don't want to be seen, but he loves to play. So
You
really,
got a great manager, dude. You listen to her. You know,
I
it
believe
takes that.
that rhythm and love is therapeutic, and we're going to get to our special guest. But rhythm and love is therapeutic for him as well as for other couples. Just again being able to express yourself, being able to through music, and then he even gets on the mic, and the introvert gets on the mic and help the couples, to come together. So, and he has a sense of humor, a great sense of humor.
Told to do that.
Yes, you were.
Ah.
You're doing good. You're doing a good job.
Good job.
He's doing a good job. He's coming out his shell. But what
No,
you
that's
are.
my choice.
I know, but you're doing good.
You're doing good, Barry White.
People call him that too. People call him that. But he got a very white voice.
I'm
Sure,
glad.
right.
Do you know? I'm glad you brought that up because not only are a lot of people introverted, they don't know how to give and receive love anymore.
Sure.
So something like this, as simple as adding music to it,
Mhm.
and maybe a drink or two.
Oh
maybe
yeah.
4 or 5.
Oh yeah. And that's the
You
funny
know?
thing. Some of the couples drink and some do not, but they all come out to have a good time.
Yeah.
They all love to eat.
Mhm.
So Montego Bay is where we have our last one, and they had great food, great service. It was just a beautiful evening, and it was on a Thursday night, so we wasn't trying to stay out, long.
Yeah,
We just
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to come out with our honeys and just enjoy each other. Yeah, so it went really, really well. Everybody like, okay, when the next? And you talk about monetary, attachment. Well, we're gonna have a membership type thing,
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna have
a
Yeah, we're gonna have a membership where the couples go ahead and pay into that, their evening experience, and it will be an experience. So you don't know the other part of me is 32 years in theater production.
Oh,
So yeah, so I taught. Yeah, I know, I taught, and so that part is my baby. Like that part, making it a full production. I told the people I wasn't going to come out the gate because they'd be like, "Wow, this is a lot."
Yeah.
So I got to spoon feed them and
Yeah.
get them. So again, involving the arts, and Tracy, you're going to be involved because one night we're going to have the artists drawing, while they're dancing, while they're
Like
eating.
what's it called? A paint and sip like that thing?
No. This is a little bit more collaborative of an artist standing and doing their artwork. He's doing his artwork with music, and then I can have the graphic artist doing her artwork or his artwork while they're eating, and they can see the art going on at the same time.
You know what would be cool if
Mhm.
you have them body paint each other.
Oh, that would be wonderful. We could do that.
Yeah,
That's
Wait.
it's coming up. Excuse me.
Wait.
Rhythm and Love is gonna have a body paint. Oh,
Wait,
you
let me
better
ask
like
you.
it.
Rick, can they paint your body up?
Oh, he's.
Not ready for
It's not they. It's not they. Excuse me. It's not gonna be they. Let's get it straight. Wait.
Not right now.
Wait.
No nakedness.
Let's bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring it back a
We
little
bring it
bit.
back. He said they. Wait a minute. First of all, you started out wrong. It's gonna be
I knew
they.
he was going to say. I just wanted to shock
Sherry.
him. I just wanted to
Sherry
shock
paint
him.
his body. I can paint his body. Yeah. So you're
I don't think he would
significant.
let you do that.
Oh, yeah, but like here,
that.
wherever that.
I
We
already got
can do hand
paintings right
paint.
here. I don't need no paint.
I'm
It's not
teasing you,
ink,
sir.
but
I'm teasing
no, but that's a good idea though.
That's great. They just
Yeah,
bring
we
them
can do-
thing, and they don't actually have to be naked or
No.
anything like that. You
Why?
can,
Where y'all get the
you can
naked
do
thing
a
from?
leg because
That's where my mind went.
yeah,
That's
because
what I had
when I said that, his head was like, no. It could be an arm, it could be a leg, it could be a
It could
face.
be a hand.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
she might want to dress you up like Batman
The
for the
only-
night. You
Oh,
know,
we
like
did that one
the
year.
Batman face.
Oh
The
yeah.
only thing is, I can't be a part of that. I have to play the music.
Sure.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know, but
That's
I'm
called
just saying you in
mixes.
general.
Wait.
Mix CDs.
Come on now, like he don't know. Yeah.
My sound system doesn't have that.
Oh,
yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
But on a serious step, you know, art therapy in psychology and behavior modification is now becoming a real thing. It's an
It's a
actual,
huge thing.
there's
It's
an
always
actual
been
field.
out there.
It's been developing more and more, being accepted in the
Yeah.
psychological sciences. You know,
Mhm.
that always have an issue with things. So they're using it for children.
Oh,
They're using it, you know, for people with abnormal behavior
Absolutely.
issues. And now with couples, you're on it. You're right on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we both are in therapy. You know, we are. I believe every couple should be in therapy,
I'm like, yeah,
no
every-
matter what. I mean, every person should be in therapy.
Yeah.
And when we bring our special guest on, he'll talk more about the therapy piece and the PR piece. But let me just
I
say,
had to do the therapy because the alcohol wasn't working.
oh shucks.
Are you saying that you got like a what is it called? One of those things to shock people, like that type of therapy. You be shocking
no,
people.
no shock
Like,
therapy. No shock therapy.
I'm
No.
joking.
But
I'm joking.
it's very helpful to know that you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna have ups and downs, but you have to work through it. And the therapy is really what is saved us and actually has propelled us to another level. The other day he just said, "Babe, I see our growth," and that's a beautiful thing that your man can say, I didn't want to do the therapy, but it wasn't something on my list, but I'm glad that we started and I'm glad that we're doing it. And it's
I'm pro therapy.
It was kind of like a joke, though. I was just trying to get something in there.
I'm an avid fan.
Ooh.
And now you got some forever.
I'm
See
an
what you
avid
got?
fan. Listen, I know some people that really need therapy.
Ooh.
But
Well, guess what? We're going to sign her up. Wait a minute. We're going to sign her up. You got two therapists? That's what we're talking. See?
If she
For
needs
the work
therapy,
and
she's
the
going to
left
have to
brain.
go back to the parking lot first.
Yeah, I have to go back to the parking lot and pick those people
Pick
up,
those
right?
people up. You're going to need a couple buses, though, right?
Yeah, I'm need a yellow bus and also a
See,
charter bus.
I'm done with y'all.
She's gone. She's
So,
gone.
I'm done.
So listen, and during your whole process, any other organizations acknowledge what I was doing?
Well, not just yet. I've had other like ministers and churches to reach out to inquire about our services and
Wow.
yeah. So because a lot of churches have couples ministry,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
I guess I want to say somewhat in the box with it, but we have like just outside the box mentality about it, like doing the way we're doing it. So
And
artistically.
that's kind of different from the vision that we have because we want people to be themselves.
Yes.
We don't want someone to come through us and feel like they can't be their real selves. If they're speaking, if they cuss or they do whatever, I want someone to be free to be able to be themselves.
Yeah.
To
Like
me,
the
it
show.
seems like if we were to move into a church setting, it would be
In a box.
it would be cut put on it.
Mm.
It all depends because honestly, I ain't gonna lie. number one, the Bible is the most violent book in the world.
Of course
Yeah.
it is.
And number two, there's a lot of cuss words in the Bible.
Of
You
course.
don't hear it.
Yeah.
You don't
Right.
hear about it, but it's a
Right.
lot of cuss words in the Bible. It's like, oh, really? Jesus said that?
Mhm.
But
for
he
me, I
did.
just-
You know, so
So
it all depends on where you are.
yeah, it does.
Your maturity.
So where do you want to go? What in the future? Say 2 years from now, where would y'all like to be?
Having networks in other cities.
Wow.
Yeah, that actually do the same thing we're doing, but duplicate it in other cities. That's
You-
what we would like.
You really need to reach out to Essence. Because I think that's because they always bring in new and upcoming things like that.
Okay.
But Essence, I think, would totally spotlight you.
Wow. I didn't
I'm
think
putting
like
it
that.
out there.
Okay.
She put it in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
Put it in
yeah.
the atmosphere. I like it.
Yeah. So again, tell them how to contact you.
Yes, Rhythm and Love 365. Look, I have to look at my I've work phone, got all this phones here. Rhythm and Love 365. Is that the right one, babe? On Facebook. Just type in Rhythm N-I-N Love Love on Facebook, and then just friend us. Request it. Join the group, and then
Yeah,
we can
send a message.
So I mean, you already had, last minute was 13 couples.
So we at 73 on Facebook now.
What?
73 couples.
It's
Yeah.
Rhythm and Love, no 360.
No,
Remember, that's
no
the
360.
one.
Oh, that's the email. I'm sorry. So it's rhythmandlove365@gmail.com. That's the email, and then the group page
Group
is
page
just
is Rhythm and Love.
yeah. That's it. Okay. Thank you.
And is it limited to people that's local?
No.
No,
No.
you just have to be married or in a committed relationship.
Right. And so the other part of that.
And the reason, real quick, the reason that we set it up that way is because we don't want the distraction of single people being in the midst of everything.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
third wheel.
Mhm.
Not really a third wheel, but it can be a distraction.
Yeah.
It's group dynamics. It just
Yeah.
wasn't
Right.
working.
Yeah, we're
It
not,
doesn't
we're
work.
not, we're not. It's for couples.
It's not.
Anyway,
It's not that type of party.
No.
Yeah.
Ain't no baby oil.
No, I knew it wasn't that.
Really?
I knew it wasn't.
Really? What?
When is the next time y'all doing something? Y'all have a date?
So we let the members know on Facebook when we're doing something. So we publicize it within the group.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Odell's. You know,
Yeah,
people on.
yeah, and we wanted that to be that way, at least for now, unless we do a big event, and who knows, we put some things together, maybe get some sponsors, and be
Yeah.
able to do a big event and say open to all couples. So that is on the horizon.
Well, you just happen to be sitting with someone that actually knows how to get you to introduce y'all to people.
Oh, I already
grants,
know.
with
I
grants.
I already know. We've talked to her.
We talked about the
Yeah,
grants.
we talked about it. It's about to happen.
The only
Ah.
the only thing with the grants right now is number person that's taking things out of the community that needs to stay inside the community because of this stuff.
Right.
But we're fighting against that, and once we fight against that and get our money back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than sure that they have that grant.
Mm-hmm. And then the other piece is showing the statistics of the divorce rate in Maryland, period. Or just in the nation, in Maryland, amongst different races. We can do, we can use that footage and that information, that research to help us to get grants.
Right, and also it could be a portion of therapy because you guys can say that you're in art therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that means you'll get medical money and you also get
Yeah.
art money.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's what the Regeneration project gonna come in.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna bring them.
we on it. We on it. It's, you know,
But y'all
it's
have to
just a
stay a
speed
couple.
bump.
Y'all can't do
It's
this
just
and
a
break
speed
up.
bump.
Oh, tell him that again. Tell him that again. You stuck with me, buddy.
You got
Yeah.
That's it. You gotta build an empire. You
And
can't.
listen, you got it for 18 years. 18 years.
Hey,
It's a pleasure having y'all on the show. It really is. Your contact information? Because people might want to actually find out why I said you one of the baddest DJs I know.
As I said, Ricky Mix, that's with 2 X's on all social media. That's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's Twitch, that's Instagram, that's Twitter,
Mhm.
all socials. I have a Like I said, I'm doing a party every third Friday of every month at Montego Bay. The next one is June the 20th.
Where's Montego Bay?
Right there,
It's
Rogers.
It's on Rogers
3602 West Rogers Avenue.
You know where?
Right.
21215. It's like right before you get to Park Heights.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
It's a huge building, and you would be amazed what the owner, he's a staple in the community, and what he's done to that building is amazing. You come by there one day on the third Friday, come through, and we'll show you how it looked. Oh,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Some
good.
upcoming things going to be there.
And also, you can contact Ricky Mix for your voice drops. Oh, baby, oh, baby.
Wait a minute. Are we recording?
Yes, we are.
Okay, good.
Ricky said you listening to. Wait a minute. I'm gonna do it like you're listening to Powerful 101 Radio.
Oh.
You're listening to Power 410 Radio.
Ooh. Okay. Can I get your number?
Wait a minute.
Right.
I was going to say that the only thing missing is show you right.
Oh my God, he said it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I knew we was gonna have a great time. I knew we was gonna have a great time on
Yes.
that show, and y'all welcome to come back. Y'all welcome to come back and talk about.
Yes, we're going to bring Mr. Stokes on,
We
right?
only switch it out one chair.
Yes, just one
Just,
chick.
Just one
so
chair.
Ricky, you switch,
That's it.
Yeah.
and we always like crazy people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you ready for this?
Oh, he is. You think this? He's a riot. This one is a riot.
I'm ready.
No, put your headphones on. You are not ready.
You have to make are your headphones too loud? Number one, because you know
You got to
we've
bring the mic.
we've been
and
in the
closer.
club, so you know
Yeah, there you
everything's loud. You know.
I can work with it.
Okay, cool beans, cool beans. Can you give us your name?
Yes, ma'am. Welcome. Well, thank you for having me, or
Thank you,
us,
thank you.
first and foremost. My name is Rod Stokes. I'm one of the founders of the Regeneration Project. We've been in existence for over 31 years.
Wow.
We provide individual, family, and group therapy as well as individual counseling. We service individuals between the age of 5 and 65.
I was reading your website, and I'm like, wow, you guys touch like from 6 to 60. It
Yeah.
seems like 9 to 99.
8 to 80, dumb, quick, crazy.
Wow. So it's like you guys touch everybody, which is a great thing. And why aren't you guys in schools?
We are in the schools.
Like,
Yeah.
I have not heard, like, well, it all depends, like Baltimore City schools and things of that sort, because it's,
We're everywhere.
okay,
We get
okay, okay.
referrals from everywhere, from
Okay.
schools, from families, from DJJ, Department of Juvenile Justice, Department of Social Services, you name it, we get referrals from everywhere.
Okay.
Generally speaking, well, when we started in 1994, my business partner, Kwame Rich, my wife, LaTanya Stokes, and his wife, Tiffany Rich, we essentially, we were working for an organization, and we got a call one day, and they said, you guys no longer have jobs. And fortunately, my business partner and I, we were courageous enough to believe that we could do something, and naive enough to know that we really shouldn't have tried it.
So the best things go like that. The best things go like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we were fortunate to have a mentor in our midst who was teaching us a wonderful model that we still utilize today. It's called the Enriched Structural Family Therapy Model.
Uh-huh.
And we utilize that model when we're working with families. And essentially, that model really teaches family how to communicate effectively. And we've been talking about that all day, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
So if you can communicate effectively, it's a triangle. Like the Chicago Bulls used to have a triangle with a great offense.
Yeah.
Our offense for the Regeneration Project is love, order, and communication.
Wait a minute, like OKC is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
OKC
something
in
like
5. Anyway, go ahead.
So wait a minute.
I had to
Wait a
put it
minute.
out there.
Wait a
He
minute.
said, back up.
30 years. You don't look like you would.
Exactly.
You have us
Yeah.
5. What?
And his wife looked the same way. Okay?
That means no stress.
I
Yeah.
mean, we were pretty much fresh out of school.
Okay,
college.
all right.
And like I said, I thought I'd never have a job. I was a baseball player and got injured, and that thing didn't happen. And when I met this particular mentor, he said to me and my partner, "Hey man, y'all can do this." And we said, "Do what?" Because all we knew was working with young folk, right?
Yeah.
We were working with young folk, and when he taught us the model, it gave us a basis for understanding how to work with families. And oftentimes, even though the referral comes to us as a child, we see the child as the door to the family.
Right, right.
True.
Kids don't create issues on their own,
Nope.
Not at all.
right? They're born into things. And so we are aware of that. So when we get a referral from DJJ, we understand that ultimately what we want to do is get to mom, get to dad, get to grandma, what we call super mom. And if we can teach them how to communicate effectively, they're going to have more order in their lives. And if there's more order, then the love flows.
Right, right.
Oftentimes, like couples, like Sherry and Ricky mentioned, couples think they're not in love, but they are in love. The communication is broken down so bad that they lack order and the love doesn't flow.
Right.
That's right.
So our goal is to get in and develop relationships. We don't do anything without relationships. In fact, our mantra is, if it ain't about relationship, it ain't about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Because
This
who's
is
listening
very,
to
very
you, regardless of what you got, what
Right.
gift you coming with. If you can't get to the people and have the people receive you, you're just gonna be stuck with your gift.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we see that.
You said some. My degree is in behavioral modification,
Okay.
so I never see it put in. It's in your description.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's really a key thing. Well, it fits better than assuming that saying you're broken. No, that you just got some behaviors that we can modify
Yeah.
to make it work for you.
That's it.
And you need skills, you know,
Yeah.
you need different types of skills to deal with and cope with everyday life occurrences, you know. So once you get those skills, and that's what we do, we teach those skills, they are able to be self-sufficient and able to navigate and help their families. And we break those generational curses.
And ultimately, what we're trying to do is help people change their thinking so that they can change their lives.
Yeah.
Right? When you're stuck in stinking thinking, everything after that is gonna be stinking.
I have a question for you, a quick question for you, because I know this is the biggest obstacle to go over. How do you teach people to listen? Because we know there's 3 different listening types.
Yes.
We need people to actually listen so they can understand what the underlying problem is.
Mm-hmm.
We approach it in a very practical way.
Right.
Again, like I said, it's about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So the first part of having anybody listening is developing a relationship. You got to put some deposits
Mm-hmm.
in the relationship.
Mhm.
You got a bank. I don't know who you guys bank with, but who you bank with, brother?
Bank of America.
Bank of
Okay.
America. So let's say I don't have an account at Bank of America, and I walk in and I say, "Let me get 100,000, make it quick," and I got a mask on, COVID mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like,
Everybody
I was like, what kind of mask are you having?
I didn't say that.
I know you were like, what?
your face
What
said it
kind
all.
of mask?
The mask is not the problem. The
Mhm.
problem
Right,
is
right.
I don't have a relationship with the bank,
Right.
right? Because even if I got a relationship and I don't have 100,000, they'll tell me, Mr. Stokes, you got $1 in there, brother. We can give you that,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't give you 100.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
So if you don't develop a relationship with the people, they're not going to even listen to you.
That's true.
And you got to go in as a fellow traveler.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I know more than you, not that I'm better than you. I'm going to meet you and greet you where you are, right? I'm going to see the strength in you, right? Our program is strength-based. We're not beating people up about their deficiencies.
No.
We're lifting them up from there.
Gotcha.
Wow,
Gotcha.
you got a mean elevator speech, man. God damn.
No,
I
I was just telling him. I was telling him we do the orientation trainings, and you know sometimes he's with me, sometimes he's not. But he's trained me very well to do when he's absent, of course. And so one of the portions on the training, I said, Mr. Stokes, you got to do that part because that elevator approach is like it's hook, line, and sinker. So yeah, so now you heard it twice.
I guess I'll believe in that. I'm just telling the story.
Yeah.
I'm just telling what happened.
But he's passionate about the business. He's passionate about connecting people's lives and doing what's best for families. Yeah, I respect them a whole lot. Both him and his wife are amazing.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, amazing people. Ching ching.
But
they are no.
like somebody needs a raise.
Ah!
Damn.
They take good care of me. They take good care of me. I
Yeah.
have no needs. But what I do love is that we're building a great team. I've been with them for over a year now, and we've increased the team by I think it's about 8 of them. And we
Wow.
have, it's been an amazing group of passionate people to go into the community and we go to the clients' homes, and we go in the community with the client, and we actually work on those life skills with them to elevate them.
After COVID, or y'all been doing it even through COVID?
During COVID, we were utilizing telehealth.
Mhm.
So, you know, the state, fortunately, they made that possible for
Mhm.
organizations to
Mhm.
stay in line with people, keep intact with people. So we were able to do that. But our real deal is face to face,
Yes.
right? We want to get in there and where the rubber meets the road and really meet people. You know, when you're talking about counseling, particularly with certain types of communities, black communities in particular, oftentimes, Rich said it earlier, he went to therapy. I applaud him for that. Because a lot of black men are not going to therapy.
And if they did, they wouldn't say it.
And they definitely won't say it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I applaud them for that. My wife and I participate in therapy as well.
Mhm.
Very, very necessary because we're not always able to hear each other.
Right.
So sometimes you need an objective third party to kind of help you understand what she really said.
Or you
Right.
can just fight. Pillow fight, that is. I'm just
Well-
I'm joking.
It works sometimes because sometimes they remember. Oh, she
Pillow
crazy.
fight. Pillow fight.
You know,
That big body pillow.
one of the
I'm
biggest
sorry.
things in the African American community is that they don't see therapy. They see it as like, I'm not crazy, nothing's wrong with me. Nobody's saying there's nothing's wrong with you. It's
Right.
just, you know, and you would think that because of what we deal with as people of color, that we all would seek therapy because, you know, we have to go out in the world that just because of the color of our skin
Mhm.
give us this horrible prejudice and discrimination at every facet. We wake up with them. We
That's
wake
right.
up, we
Yeah.
walk out to a
Mhm.
world that's going to just put the on us, you know, so it's kind of some
It's
post-traumatic
post-traumatic syndrome.
Mhm.
That's
syndrome
exactly what it is.
Every day.
that we're born with. And especially in men,
Yes.
we're supposed to be these strong, these kind of things. We're in the
Nothing's
world.
wrong. I got it.
Right.
And you don't cry. You don't have feelings.
No.
Are you connected with your emotional intelligence?
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Mhm.
And most of us just locked down because
Yeah.
we are fighting a big machine.
Mhm.
Yeah, the thing is, like, a lot of black people, not just black men, don't realize if they don't talk about it.
Mm.
You know, you're just like a ticking time bomb.
Yes,
You're
it
about
is.
to explode.
Well, we're raised like that. We're raised to like don't cry, don't show emotions. You know, that's
Mhm.
weak and stuff like that. So and
That's not
nowadays it's being okay. And I've noticed in some of your things you mentioned that are you strictly African American community?
No.
Oh.
But
we
you
service,
but
we
you-
service everybody.
Humans.
Yeah.
Right, but I noticed it seemed like it was like, wow, because you aim at behavior with the new dynamic of a family. Because the family dynamic has changed so much.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, years ago when we first got into this, our mentor, he would always say, you know, the thought was in the therapy community that black families didn't have structure,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because it
Mhm.
wasn't 2 parents, a dog, 5 children, and a white picket fence,
Mhm.
right? But the reality is we do have structure. It just looks different,
Right.
right? It
Mhm.
might be grandma who we call in our model supermom.
Mhm.
Who's
Mhm.
taking
Or
over
Big
her
Mama.
children's children, right? And in Hollywood, they call it
Big
Big Mama.
Mama.
But in our
Mhm.
model, we call it Supermom.
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't understand that there's more black men in a household than it is white men. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Put that out there.
We are present, but that story's not promoted, right?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And you said something earlier, good brother. You said that you know the families don't typically want to come to therapy. Well, there's a historical reason why, right?
Yeah,
We don't
mhm.
typically come to therapy because we've been ostracized. We've been told that
Come
we're
on.
not something and that we're not complete and that our stuff is out of order. And that's why we come in with that fellow traveler kind of philosophy
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
disposition. I ain't no better than you. I'm gonna dress like you. I'm gonna do all that because first and foremost, you gotta open the door.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
And if I
Mhm.
come looking a certain way
Mhm.
with my pen out, your first thought is, "What the hell are you writing?"
Right.
Exactly.
Right? And
Who
are
do
you
you
gonna
the police?
and are you gonna turn me in?
You're the emotional police.
No.
Damn. Like, okay.
Right? So we just try to help the families understand we're gonna walk with you through this.
You know,
Every
a lot of
step
families
the way.
have to deal with the new angry youth. They have an anger unexplainable.
Mhm.
So, you know, I can imagine you meet a lot of parents that don't know how to address, don't know how to talk to them, you know, can't
Absolutely.
understand their anger, but, you know, there's a need for that because plenty of parents just quit and just say I can't talk to them.
Can't
Right.
talk to them.
I've heard that.
Inside of our model, we have a piece called Total Love Parenting.
Yes.
And we teach our parents parenting skills, right?
Uh-huh.
We enhance, I should say,
Yeah.
their parenting skills. Because teaching kind of implies you don't have them,
Mm-hmm.
and we say you got them. We just want to give you a few more tools to put in
Uh-huh.
your tool bag
Right.
so that when he or she is angry, you know how to respond.
Right.
I mean, let's look at if somebody's on fire, two people on fire, it's no good.
That's right.
Somebody's got to be cool. And so we teach in a real practical level, there's two ways to communicate. Cool, calm, blue, or red hot. You spit red hot at somebody, they likely to say, spit red hot at you.
Mhm.
Example, when I kind of how we grew up,
Mhm.
when somebody said F you, what we've been taught to say,
Say it right back.
F you too.
Mm-hmm.
Or your
Like-
mother.
Right.
Like what you make a gut with your mother.
You go to the mama.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a gut punch when you say
Yes,
your
your
mom.
mama is on. It's on.
But we recognize, and particularly with everything going on in the community, is too much killing, stabbing,
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
So
Over
we
nothing.
have to learn how to
Yeah.
govern our responses even to inappropriate words that get thrown towards us, right? Because if you respond negatively, most likely you're going to kick it off. It's going to turn from an argument to a fight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
that
true.
even is
Mm.
applicable with parents and children,
So
right?
Yeah.
And it's not skills.
we live in a media age. So our kids are being raised by
Yes, sir.
media.
Mhm.
So only what they're seeing is violence. And what they're seeing is I get more if I'm loud.
Mhm.
Oh, and I
Yeah,
don't,
especially
I
with,
Post more.
I don't have to. I don't earn respect. I'm just supposed to get it,
Mhm.
yeah,
and I don't have to give it.
especially
So-
with reality shows. That's what they
All
teach.
that,
Yeah.
the games, the
And
violent
for
games,
clicks and for likes and for all that stuff.
all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Mhm.
It's they learn quick
Superficial.
to look at me, make the center. But there's so you have to deal with all these things. Your job is not easy to deal with the kids that are raising themselves. Not like we used to go out and play in a yard all day until the lamppost came on and we came in. Now they say you don't want that anyway because the streets are really crazy now.
Yes, they are.
So you have to deal with all these situations. I mean, your job is really.
We say, we look at it like this. We say, look, that's a beautiful pie that mama makes for Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right.
You can't eat it at one time.
Uh-huh.
You got to cut it into pieces,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
right? So life, and even the way we approach families, we're looking at it like, okay, let's look at the life domains: economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, sex, religion, and war. We want to find out what are your goals
Right.
Right.
in these areas. What are your objectives? How you gonna get there? Do you really know how to get there? Do you have a plan at all?
Right.
Right? An incomplete plan implemented vigorously is better than a complete plan never implemented at all.
That's
Everybody's always.
I'm going to your church, Pastor.
Like,
Wait,
amen.
I told him he misses calling, but actually he does his calling, but he has that reverence about him.
Yeah.
He really does.
I'm
But
gonna leave that.
we gonna keep it.
My business partner, Kwame Rich.
okay.
Okay.
We're PK anyway.
But he does it anyway, and I love the fact that he does it without having a title. He talks to young men, he talks to our team, and he has that reverence of it, and they accept that. They really respect that. So I understand what you're saying with that.
Look, your
It's
passion is transparent.
Yeah,
It's,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
really
It is.
transparent.
It is.
Appreciate it.
It is.
Appreciate
It's
it.
contagious.
I come from a family of involved folk.
Uh-huh.
In fact, my mom saved my life. Right.
Uh-huh.
Quite frankly, she saved my life. She was the type of mother I needed. Right.
Yeah.
Without her, I don't know that I'd even be here. You know,
Wow.
because she was the type that if you heard something, she was coming. Let's get you in the car, brother, and let's ask everybody on every corner
Yes.
from Green Mountain in North Avenue to Woodburn and York Road.
Wow.
She did her research.
Hey, Rick, could you open that door man, before
It's hot.
we gonna
Yeah.
we gonna pay?
Yes.
I
I'm
have-
about the faith.
Right. I have a quick thing. I used to be a teaching artist, right?
Mhm.
And started to realize that it was this one kid in class who always needed my attention.
Mhm.
To the point where I was like, you know what? You're going to be the teacher's helper every day.
Mhm.
I saw her down Lexington Market.
Mm.
Both of her parents were on drugs,
Mm.
and she had 2 younger siblings.
Mhm.
I finally realized why she acted the way that she did. Because
She had to be mama.
She was the mom at
She
home.
was the parent.
Do you find that a lot?
Oh,
And
yeah.
do you find that kids just want somebody to actually clearly listen and hear them?
Absolutely.
Feel like they're being heard and seen.
Let me tell you, when we have life coaches and mentors, that's what we kind of like label ourselves when we go into the homes. The mentors for the young people, and of course the life coaches for the adults. And when we go into the home, we're looking and approaching the kid, especially the youth, with, okay, let's do a step-by-step process where we actually look at your goals. They have 3 major goals that they're going to attack or try to, work through. And each mentor or life coach will actually work with them week by week in their home or in the park or at the swing, wherever. But they will work on that goal and then help them to realize that goal is accomplishable. And they actually show them, okay, so if you don't know mindfulness, they'll take them and practice yoga with them. They'll practice different techniques to help them figure out, okay, I need to calm myself down.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, and then you're going to take this skill and you're going to go to the school where you have an uproar as that child that wants your attention for the teacher. Right. They're going to be able to practice those skills and be able to say, I don't really need Miss Webb, or I don't need Miss Stevens to work with me. I don't need Mr. Stokes or Mr. Young to work with me. I can do this now on my own because I've been taught a skill, a coping skill, in order to not be on the teacher every 5 minutes.
Right.
You mentioned, good sister, you said, do we see that? Yeah, we see that all the time. We see it, and for us, every time we see a real issue, it's a gift to us because now we got something to work on.
Yeah, I can hear
we don't want you to wear the mask, right? Like we all do.
Right.
You meet the representative, the real person.
Right.
Yeah, we want you to take that mask off, and that's why we want to get into the kitchen of the family. We don't meet us at the vestibule. You're from Baltimore, you know about vestibule.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Not in the foyer.
Yeah. Don't stop us at the vestibule. We want to get past the living room. We want to get into the kitchen where the family is really, really showing true enactment of who they are, right? How they talk to each other, just how they get down.
Right.
If we don't see that, and that's the difference between us going into the homes of the families versus them coming to see us. Because when people come see you, they generally gonna wear that mask.
So you only wait for people to come to you. You don't suggest somebody in a curriculum say, hey, you know what, you could do without service. And maybe you only got the child.
Oh, no, we do.
So that means you have to go get the parent or grandma, whoever's the infrastructure. So you have to convince them, like a used car salesman, like, you know what, I can help.
It's very much like that.
It really is. It really is.
It's very much like that. Yeah,
when our mentors and our, we call them family care coordinators, when they're in the homes, we actually are coming there, as we said, maybe for one, but that we end up, of course, servicing the entire family.
Okay.
And then a cousin will want to get signed up, a referral.
Okay.
So then we have to go through the process of doing the intake. And so then the cousin saw how Johnny is being helped, how Tutuk is being helped, and then here comes the grandmother. The grandmother is now a part of the program. And we just keep on going because they see the work is being done. They see skills are being built, and they're seeing self-sufficiency happening right in their own home. And then it's just a snowball effect.
That's
just
a beautiful
keep on
thing.
going.
That's a beautiful thing. All right. So for somebody listening, do they have to have insurance?
You have to have insurance. There are only 2 criteria to be in a program, and that's medical assistance. And the other one, the consumer has to have what we call a DSM-5 diagnosis. And that diagnosis could range from ADHD, ODD to schizophrenia. It could be at the very mild level to the highest level. That consumer will receive therapy, right? Because we have 2 arms to our mental health program, and that is PRP, Psychiatric Rehabilitation Services Program is what's called, and therapy, right? So in order for a youth or anyone to receive PRP, they have to be actively involved in therapy. That's sometimes a challenge for our families because they say, particularly when they meet us, because if they're seeing one of our therapists, it's generally like a good flow, they get it. If they're seeing an outside therapist, they kind of don't understand, that we're gonna work in a symbiotic relationship,
Mhm.
and then we might be a little bit different
Yeah.
than
Mhm.
your therapist.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so they oftentimes will say, I want to rock with you, but I don't want to rock with the therapist.
Mhm.
And we have to help them understand
That you have to.
it's a team process.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm imagining a lot of people would go with you. It's all you need is some holy water, and bam, it's like. I'm sorry.
This is wait.
Right.
It's funny that you said
98
that.
cents though. I'm not gonna charge 99.
Wait. It's funny that you said if you look on the website, the Regeneration Project, their logo, our logo, is a drop of water, and you'll see the water drop and the rippling effect that come from it. That's interesting that you said that.
Well, it's just that
Did you see
y'all
that?
are so passionate.
But did you see it?
No, I mean, I'm
Look at it.
I'm
Oh,
No,
he
look at
went,
the
he
thing.
went straight to about us.
Oh,
I got to, but I kept reading more.
but
But-
yeah, that's the logo.
And that's what's going to get you a lot of places. A lot of when I was out doing outreach and stuff like that, a lot of organizations wasn't trying to help other organizations. They was all about the insurance, all about just trying to get the numbers.
Speak on it.
And so that's why I left. I just couldn't take that anymore. I couldn't take people just because people were hardcore. Like, well, if you don't come in, we're gonna throw you off the program. I said, well, if they didn't need help, that's the kind of help they need. Why would you throw them off for the one thing?
It sounds like he's looking for a position.
They keep dating. I
We're
have been
always
asking.
looking for positive men and women. Always. Right?
Okay.
Always.
So you deal with young mothers and
Everybody.
a whole bunch of stuff.
Anybody you can think of, we
Mhm.
work with. People you would think we might get somebody 65 years old who's just coming home from prison after 30 years.
Absolutely.
And we have to engage that person, help them get back on their
Wow.
Re-entry, returning citizens.
That's a big thing.
Those still on the ankle bracelet, the
Yeah.
home monitors. Yes, everybody.
So when you kind of think of the program, you say, okay, well, we've been around for 30 years. There's two criteria to be in the program: medical assistance and a DSM-5 diagnosis. If the young person or the person does not have a diagnosis already, when we communicate with them, we're going to set up an appointment with our therapist. The therapist is going to go out and conduct a psychosocial evaluation. And if it's determined that a diagnosis exists, then we're going to provide services, therapy and PRP.
All the way down to chronic depression.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Bipolar, everything.
So when you talk about your question, just in terms of the population, who we serve, so yes, those persons with the diagnosis that I mentioned. But if you really break it down, a lot of people don't know about a diagnosis. A parent doesn't know. Somebody might listen right now, may not know about a diagnosis.
Right.
So if your student has failed a couple years in a row, if they constantly getting suspended, constantly fighting, picking up charges with DJJ, not listening, breaking curfew, behaviors, fighting peers over and over in excessive fashion. All of those things are indicators that there is a larger problem, right? And because of that, then we can just go in and begin to break it down.
So when I was out there, you know what families don't want? They don't want the blame to come back. It's really my fault.
No.
And that is what stops them. What stopped them? It's like I was trying to help somebody. Maybe they have a mild autistic problem, but they don't want to. And they spent most of their life not getting any help. But so you talk to the family like, well, no, they don't want to do it because what you're going to do is make it seem like I wasn't good at doing it. So it's really hard to get out there to do that. And autism is a big thing in the African American community for reasons nobody wants to say.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, you clearly understand this.
Yes, he does.
Because you're pointing out the things that really hold people back from getting help.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, like any of us, nobody wants to be beat up.
No.
When you ask for help, right? I'm telling you I got a problem. I'm not now looking for you to come in and just highlight the problem.
Right.
Anybody can talk about the problem all day. It's really about being solution oriented and solution focused when you're talking to people.
Well, so do you also do seniors? Like, seniors is in nursing homes. They for some reason the system don't think they have a problem. It's like, you know what? There is no book about aging. There is no book how to deal with somebody with dementia, autism,
and
a lot of stuff. I mean,
how to help the family
to deal with that.
There you go.
Ooh.
That's the real.
Say,
You got
the people that you're expecting, and then they it's so normal to them because it's their normal. They don't realize that it's not normal.
Been caught in a vicious cycle for
Right.
a long time instead of a virtuous circle,
Right.
right? And that's really ultimately what we're trying to go.
We're gonna need it because the new administration, they trying to just abandon
Yeah,
our
yeah.
seniors.
Exactly.
And I don't care if they were veterans, they fought in war, 2 or 3 wars. I don't care if they stayed home and raised things. I don't care if they used to be a maid for them. They just, even their own. And I did went out to senior citizens at Christmas time and try to give them like a adopted son or go out and do plays and musical stuff for them because their family abandoned them. They don't think that. They think that I go see them every St. Patrick's Day. It's like that's
That's abandonment.
That's
Yeah,
abandonment.
that is abandonment.
And that's an issue.
Yeah.
That's definitely a problem.
And again, depending on how the family has been, oftentimes you can trace family behavior back several generations.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course, we're seeing some new stuff when the drug epidemic hit us real hard in the community in the 80s. It resulted in a bunch of super moms because the parents were drug addicted.
Yeah.
But there's just so much going on in the community, like you said. And for the administration at this point to be moving how they're moving, it's certainly going to have a residual effect.
Yeah.
We're not going to see for another few years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
So you mentioned drugs. Do you help people with addiction and addictive behaviors and
Yeah.
alcohol, tobacco, hookah,
Mhm.
weed, legal weed, and all that stuff?
It's medication management.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
Foods now too. You know.
It's,
Yes.
it's just crazy. It's like, we got kids that's 12. Their brain is not even fully developed smoking weed.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I try to talk to them and say, listen, it's not that I say you shouldn't do it. I'm
Right.
just saying you're still in development.
Right.
And you're not fully developed.
No, right.
And every time you say that, they really are not even relating to what you're saying because that's not their worldview.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so they can't comprehend.
Right.
Their
Right.
worldview is, we've been smoking weed anyway, but now that it's legal,
Mm-hmm.
what's wrong with it? Right? And we even have adults when we were servicing them, we saying, I might say, okay, good sister. She said, Mr. Stokes, I need some food for my children. I said, well, let's kind of unpack the month. Right?
Let's
And I
unpack it.
say, good sister, because we got relationships, so she shared.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, would you approximate, what would you spend on marijuana this month?
Mhm.
She said, Brother Stokes, probably about $450. I said, well, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm only here to kind of point out some different ways to think about it.
Mhm.
Because again, I'm not trying to offend you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm just trying to be a nice mirror for you. I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm trying to show you yourself. So when I make that statement, she said, well, about $450. And I said, well, that $450 might come in handy right now.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Yeah.
you buy the food at the beginning of the month?
Mm-hmm.
And if you got something left over, you can choose to do whatever you want with it, including smoking weed.
I don't
You
like
see-
$450. You gotta think about it.
Well, it's
you
a
can
whole
you can
nother
put
problem.
food, but you can put food in your refrigerator twice for that $450.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
but what has
If you go to market, not the corner store.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Order some
No
noodles.
processed
Yeah.
food.
Order some noodles give you no minerals.
Nothing.
Well, it's
Vitamins.
we've been taught to have used these things for coping skills. So that means you have to learn they would have to learn how to cope without having I need this to function.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a hard lesson when your whole environment
Is doing.
is doing that. And you've been
Peer
doing it for a
pressure.
long time since you could be 12
Mm-hmm.
and now you're 33 and you still been doing that. Your brain has stopped producing the chemicals to make
That's
you just
right.
stop. You're going to have issues when you stop.
Absolutely.
Because the neurochemistry has to rebalance. And I have to teach people this all the time. I'm a street ministry, all this
Yes.
kind of stuff
Okay.
constantly,
Right.
just to say, listen, let me explain
Mm-hmm.
that
Explain.
you're
Explain.
caught. You're caught in a trap. here.
Yeah.
And if you don't get, it would be so much better if you just gave yourself a chance. You could always go back. You can
Mhm.
always go back.
Give
It's
yourself
never
a
going to go
chance.
nowhere.
Well, KRS-One, you say break it down to the very last compound.
Exactly.
That's
Now
his
you're speaking
favorite.
my language. That's his favorite.
So, but when you break it down and you give them again tools to work with, those tools can last them forever.
Yeah.
When they feel like, wow, I'm gonna go back to it. But then you got a tool, you got a foundation, you got something to go back to and say, let me try this, let me use this to help me out of my whatever the abuse is. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, relating to what y'all dealing with in our community, it is really about hopelessness. We've been sold hopelessness. So we have a generation that believes that there's no hope. So therefore, of course, you're going to do whatever you want because you don't believe there's any hope. I'm going to lose. I'm going to be damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So why do you care? That's how they feel.
If the people in front of you, the people you're watching every day,
Mm-hmm.
if they have a lid on their bottle,
Come on.
16 ounces,
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason to believe you can become a 2-liter.
That's true.
Wow.
Right? Why would you believe it? It's
Right.
never happened in front of you before. Right? So you understand where they're coming from.
Right.
I do.
Right? Because all you got to do is go and watch it. Right? Go watch it. Go observe it for a moment. You'll see exactly why the thoughts are the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, a lot of people look at the superficial, like you just looking at, like, you know what, you came to me, can I give you $5 something to eat? But I noticed you took the money you had and you bought weed. Where's your judgment? Where's your common sense that I got to eat first?
Critical thinking
Right,
skills
right.
are not always present.
Exactly.
Particularly when you've been functioning in that
Mm-hmm.
survival place.
Yeah.
Right? You've been functioning in that survival place.
Yeah.
You haven't had elevated thoughts of clarity where you say, okay, this is my plan. I'm gonna put this in place. You're just reacting to whatever's in front of you.
That's right.
And if you're doing that, you're liable to do anything.
I'm finished. I'm almost finished. What happens is they go to school and they've been told they're stupid. And
Yes.
because of some European model that's been set up to make them feel that way. And once they start believing that they're stupid, then they feel like this is the only thing I can do because I can't learn. I'm never going to be like those other people that they can recite the Constitution. I can't even remember what word to start off with. That's your education thing. That is not your mental agility. That's not what you're still very smart. You just was in an environment that didn't teach you how to do that, and that's hard to teach. That's hard to give somebody that hope.
It's definitely hard, but it
it's
can
doable.
be done.
It's doable.
Through a relationship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because through that relationship, I'm exposing you
There you
to
go.
different things.
I know you can do it, dude.
Oh,
you can sell me a car.
But let me tell
you.
the team does it every day. Our team goes out into the community every day. We're about to celebrate our high schoolers. We have so many, and you know that's a statistic. If I could get the words out, statistic that is really high. Kids dropping out of high school,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Okay. Kids dropping out of high school, and so. We're actually going to celebrate a number of high school graduates
Wow.
in our program. I mean, they are graduating, not GED, high school.
I was going to ask y'all to share some, without naming names, some of the stories so somebody listening could actually say, wait a minute, that was a great story, and that sounds like me. I could do with that happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was one.
That was
So
a great
high
one.
school
That
graduates.
was a great one.
So early on in our process, in fact, it's kind of how we got we cut our teeth. The gentleman that I said was our mentor, his name was Ross Ford. He was a clinical social worker. He transitioned some years ago, but he gave us a wonderful gift when he taught us that model. Well, when we first got the word that we would gonna be laid off or lost our jobs, and we decided, hey man, let's go back to your apartment. Kwame, let's go back to your apartment, man, and write a proposal.
Okay.
We had no idea how to write a proposal, right? But we had people around us that did.
Yeah.
And they believed in us. And there was this one case that we got a referral for. In fact, Ross called us. He said, hey, man, I got a case for y'all. Now, I told you we just started. We ain't had no case. We had no cases.
But they had faith in you.
Yeah, but we had done great work in the community. So anyway, we found this foster care agency that would take this one kid under one condition, that he had 24 hours around the clock service. So at that point, when Ross said y'all want the contract, of course we want the contract. We don't have any. So we began to service that young man, and he actually burned down a couple communities down in I didn't say a house.
Community.
Yeah. And he was actually found at about 3 years old, kind of wandering with nobody. He went into treatment at that point, and he was never normalized. He was always in an RTC, Residential Treatment Center, because of severe behavior. Well, this one foster family said they would take him, and we jumped in and we did 24 around the clock. You know, we did the playground, we did the monkey bars, we did the whole thing because he was 8 years old, and he was a self-mutilator, biting off his skin off his fingers and everything. I mean, he'd been through some traumatic stuff, sexual abuse, you name it. Well, anyway, we were at the gas station one day, and he said, he's from DC area. He said, "Yo, Mac, what would happen if I put this if I put this match in this gas tank?" I said, "We'd probably blow the fuck up."
That's it.
And you laughing?
But it was for me. It was a shock therapy thing.
Okay.
Right? Because he's used to people responding to him as a pyromaniac and being terrified.
Yeah.
I was letting them know I ain't scared. Both of us gonna be gone if you throw that in there. It shocked him.
He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. And then every day we worked on his confidence. We told him how handsome he was, how smart he was,
Yeah.
how girls ain't gonna like your fingers like that, brother. Right? You gotta stop doing that. And so he began to stop.
Yeah.
And he began to respond well to that foster family.
Right.
And we went back to court down in PG County area, and it was a black judge, and the judge said, "Man, I've never seen a turnaround with a kid like this ever.
Wow.
Who's working with him?" And we went in court. That judge ended up writing us a recommendation letter.
That's what's up.
We brought that back to DJJ, who had turned us down before when we first went in and said we could do this. They said, "You can't do this. We only know who you are." Well, once we had that letter, we kind of off and running. And now we're 30 years later. We have offices in Georgia and in Maryland. Between programs, we have 400 employees. So it's been a wonderful thing, man. And we've just been able to impact people's lives in a way that I never envisioned. You know, as a young brother, I never envisioned being involved in anything like this. And it's been awesome. And when we are fortunate enough to acquire talent like Sister Webb, it makes it all the better because Sister Webb is now operating as our rehabilitation specialist.
Okay.
And that requires that she supervises the people that go out and do the work where the rubber meets the road. So the work and the supervision has to be real practical, has to be real professional, and we're real serious about what we do. We try to have fun while we're doing it, but at the same time, we're real serious about families. I've even had family members work with us. I always say nobody works for us, works with us.
Absolutely.
And I've had to accept that decision to no longer be a part of the team. Because if you're not running this play and you're going to violate my families, you got to go.
You're right.
I understand.
Out of there.
And
Out of there.
I'm sorry, and that was my question that I wanted to ask. We are on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Facebook thing is just for those that want to see you and get connected that way.
Right.
But we are on the radio, like pretty much worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in Maryland. You're
Yes.
also in
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yes.
Do you have any aspirations to go to another state?
We do. We actually, I'm not going to announce it right now.
Okay, say.
We're working on
World.
the state right now. Got the paperwork in place already. So yeah, we're looking for expansion.
Because, you know, a lot of the people in the rural communities that are losing everything, they're going to be, you know.
Yeah. Could y'all go in the White House? Can you go in there?
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know that he has
believe
medical
you-
assistance.
I believe
he has
you
medical
can.
assistance.
No.
I believe you
They have
can.
Obamacare. They have Obamacare.
Yeah.
What?
I don't think he has medical assistance.
No, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
If he has medical assistance,
He can.
I'll sign up to work with him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because we
That's the
already
problem.
know he's crazy.
Right.
You said it out there.
Mm.
You can help.
I'm sorry, mentally touched.
Yes, thank you.
All right, that's over.
So do you also have a spiritual side of the programs at all? You know, some programs are spiritually based, like
Right.
NA or any other ones.
I would say yes, absolutely yes. And when you say spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying yes. When you say religious,
I didn't
We
say
say
I'm
no.
saying no.
Right.
Absolutely. We don't condone no denomination, none of that. No.
Yeah.
Nothing against any religion, of course.
Absolutely.
Right? But again, what it does is put you in a box.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
it does.
And so Christian people, if we say, oh, we service, we Muslims. And Christian people say, well, they can't help me.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Right? If you say you Christian, then Muslim people.
But
or
it's
other
the
Christians.
same book.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But some people don't.
That's a whole
That's a
other
whole
radio
another
show.
show. That's
Whole
another
other
show.
radio
But we service all.
Yeah.
Like we said, non-judgmental. We just service everybody, and we meet people where they are, and then we really, really do. I just sent 2 family care coordinators out into the community
Mhm.
just today, and I meet up with the family. I meet up with the family care coordinator and the client, and we sit down and we just map out a plan. Day one, this is what we're gonna do. What are your needs? This is the plan. How we gonna reach it? And we walk away with, when you coming back?
That's always a good
What,
thing.
yeah,
That's a
what's
great
that,
thing.
what's our schedule? And it's a great relationship that we build with the families.
And even though they're coming to us for mental health services,
Mhm.
I don't know that you can serve somebody if you're not serving them holistically.
Right.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Mhm.
You're not having good credit. We want to know that.
Yeah,
We want to
it's
know
important.
that because that's going to prohibit or limit your ability to where you live.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a part of our discussion as well. Right. Let's look at
Wow.
all of it. Right. What you want to improve on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's begin. If all of us need somebody, right?
Yeah.
At least one older, wiser person
Yeah.
that can
Yeah.
help us.
And resources.
Yeah.
That's
So
I was going to ask
we
that. Are y'all
connect-
trained together with other like shelters
Oh,
and stuff like
absolutely.
that?
Yeah, it was
Or,
great.
So
women
I've
abuse?
worked in the industry since 2005, and the connections that we have, just even coming from the 30 years, but as well as what I've been able to tap into working with my first group home was Florence Crediton Services.
Mhm.
And I talk about that group home because I had a need to help young teenage moms
Mhm.
to be self-sufficient. And I have lived long enough to see my clients are now married. They are with the little kid that I used to hold while they go to sleep is now a young person finishing school.
Ain't that a great feeling?
Oh my goodness, it's like it's indescribable. It just it makes me well up inside because they did not see themselves being a Towson State University graduate or Morgan State University, exactly, a doctor, a lawyer. I mean, these kids are doing it. And again, providing resources. These are where the free laptops are, so you can finish your schoolwork.
Mhm.
This is where you go for food. We have pantry available to everybody. We
Mhm.
just put on our group network. This is where you can pick up some food if you in between your food stamps,
Mhm.
or we have working parents. If you're in between, you at the end of the month, this is where you can pick up food. This is where you can go to get your GED. This is where you can go to get some holistic training.
Not only this is where you can go, but we take.
Oh yes,
Right?
come on,
We're not being an armchair quarterback and tell you where to go.
right.
So
We
you have
take-
a
we do take
transportation
them.
service.
We're
Wow.
gonna transport you. We're gonna get you there. We're gonna show you exactly where it is. Then
Absolutely.
we're gonna talk to you about how you can get here via public transportation
On your own.
So you don't need me to get the food.
Because we teaching them how to fish.
All right, so I have a quick question because you alluded to it before. So, how do you get through to not just the kids but the parents that you do have enough?
About putting deposits in the relationship.
That's it.
Okay,
It's real. To me, it's real simple.
right,
You can't. If you go to the bank, if you don't put no deposit in, why are you trying to get something out?
right.
There's no withdrawals because you ain't putting nothing in.
Yeah,
So why should we expect a family to listen to us? We
Mhm.
can open the door unless we put in deposits. What's a deposit in a relationship? I ask people all the time, well, if you dating, is one call a week good for you? I'm gonna call you every day,
Mm-hmm.
right,
right? I'm
right.
gonna call you every day. I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna show up on time when I say I'm coming.
Consistency.
Because what folk don't understand in this industry is 5 minutes for your Tavon may not be the same for Tavon in the program.
Right.
See,
Mhm.
his grandmother's told him, I'm signing you up for the program, and they're coming today, and they're going to be here at 5.
Mhm.
Now, he's already been involved in a program like us before,
Mhm.
and it didn't go well.
It wasn't like us though.
So when we say that, we saying show up when you say you're showing up, and if not, be courteous.
Call.
Right.
Call ahead of time, because at 5:03, Shorty turning up.
Mm-hmm.
At 5:05, he done broke up everything.
Wow,
Right.
wow.
Why? He's already been abused, abandoned, neglected.
Yeah.
Right.
So we can't be that again.
Mhm.
Wow. So I mean, I think we've covered everything. I mean,
Well, I didn't tell you about the young fella that was started off pyromaniac with all those kinds of issues, and we got him to that place, and we still in contact with him today.
That's awesome.
So he's
Yeah.
42.
Wow.
And we met him at 9, so he's long been out of the program.
So y'all the same age? Like,
Yeah, I love it.
I'm joking.
I
I love it. You said take it right, take it, run with it.
I got 3 children, so just to prove it. Well, I could have started early, but he's gonna
Not
be,
with your mother.
not with my mom.
Oh, great.
He's gonna be
Thanks.
30. Professional basketball player, plays overseas. I got
Oh,
a
nice.
26-year-old daughter, about to be 27 in a couple of days. She has a spa, body sculpting, and all of that kind of stuff.
wow.
And my youngest daughter is a nurse, ICU nurse at Mercy. So what we say is we want to teach our families these 5 basic things, and then I pretty much can close it. And you guys got questions, but these are elements of wraparound. This is how you really help somebody become successful and keep them safe. We're going to focus on containment. What does containment mean? We're going to focus on safety, teach you how to make safe choices, safe people, safe decisions, right? Structure. If we do not get a hold of structure for young people, we have no chance.
Right.
So we have to master the clock. The day begins the night before. Of course, he ain't going up and go to school if he's playing a video game at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's
You gotta
true.
have structure. You
Mhm.
gotta know where he is every day, all day. No floating about. Right? So containment, structure, support in every area of life. Do you know your children's children? Y'all remember that. When your parents had to know who you kicking it with.
That's true.
Right? So you gotta be supportive in every area of life. Economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, sex, religion, and war. You gotta support. You gotta
You
validate.
spit that out real fast.
30 years.
Yeah,
30 years.
I'm doing it for
30 years.
That ain't even mine. That's Sister Francis Cress Wilson. Right? But you gotta contain, structure, support, involvement, and validate.
Right.
If you're not telling children that they can be great,
Yes.
they probably don't.
And show them.
That's true.
Because you could talk them to death,
Yeah.
but show them. We show them how to do it.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
wow.
true.
If we can teach our children, if we as parents, as a community, can get better at managing that clock for them, they should know what they're doing every hour of the day.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Well,
You know,
tomorrow, you should know what you're going
We
to do.
still got children being born with, having a problem with lead.
Yes.
And, that's
That was
really
a Baltimore
hard.
City thing.
Lead,
John Hopkins.
they're still not, it's not understood. The parents think that, it's part of their fault. They don't want to mention it. The child is having problems in school, learning and behaviors, and it's never going to go away.
So the person who first meets that parent is dealing with that issue. You've got to assure the parent that you're not going to beat them up.
Right.
Right.
And that
you,
comes with the
got you.
right attitude.
You do.
Yeah.
Knock on the door. Right? If you come in with the right attitude, people are more likely to receive you.
Yeah,
That's,
you live
that's
and you
true.
learn.
That's
Live
true.
and you learn. So it's not rocket science, right? But sometimes when you go to social work school or you go to these different schools, they tell you to do this and do that. And what they missing,
A lot.
what they're missing is the human element. It's
Right.
about relationship.
Man, that's why I left. I left several clinics, total health care, peoples and stuff, just because they didn't want the human element. They said, no, you need to be like a cog. That's what they in. You get the insurance information, push on. It's just not in me. And so I would go after work and go to the hospital, visit their moms with them. You know what I mean? Because you need that kind of human.
You do.
Because they don't have that. It's like, you know what? It didn't cost me anything extra.
No.
Eventually they said, you got to stop doing that, or we're going to have to let you go.
You-
I said, don't worry about it. I'll quit.
Don't you worry.
I mean, just think about what they were asking you not to do.
I couldn't believe it.
It's
I just
ridiculous,
couldn't.
right?
I couldn't believe it.
Not to have empathy, not to have care.
No, I was going in prisons talking to the brothers, and they said, you can't go, you can't relate to them that close. It's like, you know what? That's the one thing they missing
Right.
is that somebody that actually care.
Say, how else am I gonna relate to them?
Exactly.
It was a whole thing, man.
But-
As one thing before we end this, it's like, there's some people out here that either need your help or want to aspire to do what you're doing.
Mhm.
Tell them how they can do what you're doing.
Oh, first, can you give your name and the name of your company?
My name again, Rod Stokes. Company is the Regeneration Project. Been in business for 30 plus years. Located, we have offices in Maryland and in Georgia, as I indicated. How do you get involved? Well, if someone is seeking services,
Mm-hmm.
they can go to our website. It's www.regeneration.net. Regeneration Project, .net. All right, regenerationproject.net. The phone number 410-254-6175. 410-254-6175. They will receive a voice. It won't be an automated piece, but someone will answer and respond to what their needs are. If we can't help them, we will direct them to a place that they probably can get the help that they need if it doesn't work for us. In terms of people, if people are seeking employment, they can simply reach out. We always hiring via Indeed, or they can call us 410-254-6175. For somebody who is maybe trying to do this kind of business, it's really about identifying a need in the community, finding out what government agency either licenses you or approves you to do that type of service, finding the necessary people with the proper qualifications to fill every position that's needed in order to be in business, and then you go from there. Of course, you gotta have your insurance, you gotta have all of that.
Would you be willing to be a mentor to somebody in another state? So, say if someone reaches out from Oklahoma and say, "Hey, we would like to start something here that you guys have in the other two states. Could you mentor us and get us up and running?"
My partner and I, we have certainly helped a lot of people get in business. I would venture to say about 50 people, 50 companies out here have learned from us and moved on and started doing this. So yeah, we always looking to be a mentor. We had one. It doesn't belong to us, right? Nor can we service everybody.
That's right.
That's true.
That's
That's
true.
true.
And
That's
it's
right.
enough for everybody.
Yeah.
That's one thing that we know. It's enough for everybody.
Way more.
It's enough. Everyone can get help. And if it's not, like Mr. Stokes said, if it's not with us, it's with someone. It's enough agencies out here. But we would love to have the opportunity to serve you.
Well, I know personally, and I think y'all did an eloquent job, including Ricky, of showing people out there. Because if they had any kind of second thoughts or something like that, y'all really convinced them. Because part of the problem in the Black community is that they don't know where to begin.
Right.
They don't know how to deal with
Just
it.
give a call.
Yes.
Give a call. The referral form is very simple to fill out. Just fill it out, and we
Would you
will
help
get
them
ready.
if they don't have insurance?
Oh,
Would you
yes.
help them?
Yes.
Right. Because a lot of people, believe it or not,
Yes.
do not have insurance.
Matter of fact, we had a resource fair that we went to about a month ago, and one of the young ladies said, "I just know I need your services, but I do not have insurance." So I said, "Give me your phone number. I'm going to call you Monday." Monday, I called her. She has her application submitted for insurance, and it's in the process now. She'll probably be insured by the end of this month, and we'll be ready to work with her. But she identifies. She says, "I know I need this."
Yes.
So
and
absolutely.
even if they don't have insurance and not able to get it, we still gonna help you, right, to the best of our ability. I've gone out and done pro bono sessions, family sessions, you name it. Because if people have a need, then who am I to say you can't get it because you don't have no insurance?
Right.
Yeah.
We just recently had a brother who needed housing,
Mhm.
and we were able to assist him
Yes.
in a small way, and
Yeah.
but you have to be responsive. That's the other thing. If you say you need help, you got to answer your phone. You got to follow through.
Right.
So
You're
you
not
need
going to
help.
do all the work.
We
and then
can't. There's no way because we need your input. We
Right.
need your participation. So if you do want to help and you have concluded that, please follow through. If we say go do here, go there. If we say come to the office and do this, or we need some information, provide the information and we can get you there.
And we know that on the first prompt, they ain't gonna do it.
Right.
You know what? That reality.
That is
true.
We make several phone calls.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is this?
If you could do it on a prompt, you
Mhm.
wouldn't need me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So clearly you haven't been able to follow through.
We have to
for
hold
some
a
time,
hand.
So we're not gonna beat you up for that.
No. We hold hands.
Well, it's an honor. I mean,
Yeah.
when y'all say wrap around, y'all are seriously a wrap around service, and a lot of people don't even know that a service like that exists at all.
We even have FCCs. I have to mention this. They go to the courts.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
With the squeegee boys, with whoever, you know, they go to court with them, and we actually walk our way through the court system with them and bring them back, you know, and be able to help and service them. Yeah.
All these-
And then the judge signs off. So many stories. We have a great
See.
community director. The judge signs off saying, yes, we're going to release him because you're going to be with this program.
We're gonna give our community.
Yes,
director,
come on.
Earl Mills a plug.
Yes.
For over 20 years.
Earl.
Wow.
He's the unofficial mayor.
Of- Yes. You probably met him and don't even know him.
Yeah.
He's in the schools. He's everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere. So we give a hat off to all of them, but this I call him this young old man. He definitely does the work. He definitely does the work. You know, I've been away from it for years, but yeah, I do remember. Yeah.
I'll be remiss if I didn't mention we have another brother who's been with us for over 20 years named Nigel.
Yes, Mr.
He
Bagley.
does a great job as well. And again, what these brothers are expert at is going in and developing a relationship and establishing trust, right, with the families and the consumers. And because of that trust, they open up, they begin to share what their real challenges are.
Yeah.
And then we can do some work.
Well, yeah, you might not know it, but y'all welcome to come. We do this big festival every year called Collective Minds,
Okay.
and
I've heard of it.
with
Oh, you should.
services like yours, we
Yeah.
charge you no reason, nothing to come set up a table and reach the community.
Yeah,
We
community
there.
service.
And
You ready?
that goes to anyone else listening to this. It's like, you know what?
It's going to be
free.
a lot of people, and all of them need help. So I can
Every last one of them.
Maybe somebody can help me too.
Yeah.
Hey,
And he loves house music. So
Oh.
I send Ricky's mixes and all his shows to him, and he just listened. And then he has the people in Georgia listening. So yeah,
wow, yeah. So,
he loves house
And
music.
y'all don't know this, but I was an athlete, a business owner, but I've always wanted to be a DJ.
Oh, it's on. Ricky, he gonna come over to the house. It's on.
My wife bought me a beautiful mixer, man.
Oh.
It's got dust on it.
what?
Y'all coming
You
over
need
to
your
the house.
one-on-ones.
I can see it. Yeah.
Rick, you need his
It's
one-on-ones,
itching.
man.
He's itching.
And thank you to the Basement Boys as well.
Yes. Go in
Had
there.
a lot of good evenings on y'all music.
Oh, wow. They still doing it, too. Like, wow. Listen, look, this show, y'all are definitely going to be a feather in our cap. I mean, you can't see what Facebook, but they is.
I do have to pause for a second. You are listening to the Thommy Davis Show, only on Powerful 101 Radio. Please download the app because we sound so much better on stereo. So your name again for the people that didn't hear you all the way in the back.
Rod Stokes, R-O-D, as in devastating.
I can't.
And your name again on
Sherry
you know
Webb.
the side.
Sherry Webb. I am the rehab coordinator for the Regeneration Project, and
we
bring
have
hubby
one
back in.
more guest.
For rhythm and
For
rhythm.
the rhythm and
Rhythm.
Watch him.
Ricky Mix.
You said
Rhythm.
Richard? What?
Yeah.
Rhythm and Love, House Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, oh, baby.
Look, y'all are welcome to come back again. You got a new
Yeah.
program. You need something to reach. You got an event, like, you know, hey, we having this event, and we
Mhm.
need to reach out. Y'all can just say, hey, can we come in and mention your event and do it.
Awesome, we appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so
We
much for the
definitely will be
invite.
reaching out.
Oh man, and I'm gonna send you my resume later on.
You did
That's
right.
right.
You already hired.
The interview is complete.
You still want to do it, so you gonna find some time.
I love it.
We
I
give you
just-
a couple kids or a couple,
Yeah, you already hired, man. The
Yes.
interview is done.
It's done.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
because you
just-
know your background. You have your background.
Oh, yeah, well, on the street, it's just had to. It's just so much going on. I mean, y'all know how rewarding it is when you help somebody, and then one day you walking down the street and somebody say, "Mr. Thomas," it's like, "What?
Yes.
Thank you," and you don't even realize you said something to them that
You don't.
finally broke through, and then
The
they come
light
and say,
bulb
"Oh,
came
I
on.
got it together."
Oh yes.
That's no greater feeling in the world.
No, it's not.
None.
It's not.
We get our flowers every day.
Yes.
So once again, thank y'all for coming
Thank
in,
you.
and
Right.
it's,
Appreciate y'all.
Okay. We just want to see. Did you have any final words to talk about what happened here today?
that was it. You just
For
missed it.
resonate. No.
Wait a minute. What? No, we don't.
Oh, okay. You
I
don't
think we
want.
can-
Okay, we
No,
done.
but-
All right.
but-
Look, I'm trying to eat up.
I know. I figured that.
She's punctual. I'm like, I'm going with the
Extremely.
flow. I'll go over, and she'll be saying you're going over. It's like, if it's not done, it's not done.
Yeah. This is true.
There's gonna be a lot of people. Tell them where they can reach us to send questions, especially on Facebook and them, because they're gonna
Okay.
ask questions about y'all or questions we should have asked you.
Okay.
Because we don't be able to monitor if they asking something right now, because we would be
'Cause we're
ignoring
on
you.
it. Are
Right.
we able to see the comments and be able to respond to them after
Yes.
the show?
Yeah, you should I'm going live, so if you just scroll up and down the live, it stays up there so people can,
Okay.
regenerate them and things.
So
of that
maybe
sort.
if they could.
Regenerate them, I like that.
Oh, you like that? So maybe if we can, after the show, maybe put on there the phone number and the information, and then someone can reach out.
Yeah,
We would just want it to be accessible to everybody.
no
who's interested.
problem. It's actually, I think your wife is in there, and she's been
Oh, she's been
putting
Go
the
ahead,
phone
Mrs.
number
Stokes.
and the
Oh, I see that.
You
That's
see?
your way.
and the website and also the email address. So I have to say, you have a great wife.
Y'all seen the Wizard of Oz, right?
She is
Yeah,
wonderful.
You know how the wizard was behind the curtain.
That's her.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
She was getting it in.
Wow.
She is amazing.
Miss
Let me
Stokes,
tell you.
Miss Stokes, we're going to ask you to be our intern.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't have her. She all taken. She ours.
I would like to thank everyone for actually allowing yourself to come here because, I know it takes a lot of time to actually stop whatever you're doing because you guys are doing extremely important work and, pause to give us your blessings so we can give everybody else in Radio Land and also on Facebook your blessings as well. So I'd like to thank you for pausing whatever you guys were doing at this time and talking to us.
It's
It means a
reciprocal.
lot.
Yes. We
Yeah.
appreciate just the acknowledgement to say, hey, we respect what you guys are doing in the community. So thank you for that.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Well, I think this show, it's just my personal thing.
Mhm.
It's like God told me to do it. And
Mm.
every week, meet incredible people like you. It's just like, every time I come in here, it's like, wow. It's like, this is incredible from no matter what.
Right.
So I really thank y'all because y'all was part of this. Whatever this is going, it's definitely something needed. And you know what? And I'm going to help you. And I'm going to also, by helping you, helps me because then I can spread the information to other
Yeah.
people
Yes,
and
sir.
get out there and stuff like. I'm the kind of person I walk down the street, a homeless person asks for $1,
Mhm.
and they crying. I say, "Here's the $1, but what's wrong?"
Yeah. You want to know
I
the
want-
next step.
They'll talk to me, and then first I pray with them and says, "All right," and then that breaks the emotion wall,
Yep.
and then as I'm talking to them, and because I've had like you guys, I had the research. I said, "Look, you need to go to St. Francis, get your ID.
Yes.
You need to do this. You need to file.
There
You need
you
to do this,
go.
all this kind of stuff." But I had the background. Imagine how many people don't get that information. And that's what your program.
Yes, sir.
It's going to help a lot of people. We have a bad homeless, which is really a
It's
mental
serious
health
here.
It
issue.
is.
It's a big mental health issue.
Right.
They don't want to be
run
there.
out- They run out of insurance and get kicked out.
Mhm.
No,
Or-
they don't.
Or
they,
if the insurance expires, no one helps them to get it back.
That's
Uh,
true.
yes, right. So it's a lot of things, and they long stopped helping people with mental health issues,
Yeah.
and we see the residual. What happens from it now? We got tent cities and stuff like this, and the city is taking a
Throwaways.
blind eye
It's like
to it.
throwaways.
It's like they worry about their tourists seeing it instead of just why don't you just help the people that's doing it? You know?
Use the
Absolutely.
resource to help the people, not promote.
Uh,
We get it, but
It's a big problem, you know, and it's not going to be fixed overnight. It's not. It didn't get there overnight.
And it's only going to happen. It's really only going to happen, I think, humbly, I think, on a grassroots level, because we already see how the government's moving.
Yeah.
Right? If we waiting on them for the answer,
You won't get it.
we're not gonna get it.
No.
We got to learn how to make some real good lemonade out of lemons that leave us.
You know, that's another show. I would love to hear your perspective of what we need to do. I mean, as a community, because if we wait for powers that be, they're steady trying to eliminate stuff. So if we don't
We gotta,
support, then we gonna be lost.
we gotta rally around each other.
We recreate the Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yes,
Oh,
more
speak-
cleverly, more and more. You know, what I mean, more
We
insidious.
have-
Mean that they don't need to know
Absolutely.
everything.
No.
You know, it's like
No.
Speaking
Wait a
of
minute,
Black
wait a
Wall-
minute.
Do the underground
I don't know what the
experience.
Jewish people doing it behind their
No, and they
doors,
don't-
do you?
they don't tell
I
us.
don't know.
And we
what
don't
the
need
Ku
to tell
Klux
us.
Klan
You
is
know
doing
what's
behind
happening.
the door,
We don't need to
right?
You know what's happening?
Keep it to
Exactly.
ourselves. Keep your mouth shut.
We need to build it. Now, go ahead, Tracy. I'm sorry.
Speaking of Black Wall Street, on June the 27th, we're gonna be at a Black Wall Street
Is it in my phone?
thing.
Where?
It should
We're
be.
gonna be involved.
You know what?
Is that Donnie Glover?
Donnie Glover.
Yep.
I
That's
think,
my neighbor.
It's
I
on,
grew
it's
up with
on
Donnie.
it's on Utah Street.
It's the Unity Building.
Yeah, it's the Unity
Mhm.
Building. I couldn't remember the
Okay.
name of it. So June the 27th, Black Wall Street. We're doing it's his 60th birthday.
Okay.
We're actually doing a live broadcast there. So you know,
I need to be
with-
involved.
sure. I
Okay.
will call Donnie and
No,
tell him.
tell
yeah.
Donnie his sister Sherry. Okay?
Yeah, I'm
Needs
saying
a
you
spot
guys
at the
need
table.
to be
Mhm.
involved. So we're gonna
An
do-
amazing brother. He's
Look.
on the show. Y'all
Yeah.
remind
Donnie has Be More
There's
News.
so many
Yeah.
people like y'all out here,
Mhm.
and unfortunately, the news spend more time with talking about the people that they can find in trouble, and not enough. And our youth need to see you. They need to see me. They need to see you. They need to
Yes.
see new heroes instead of stuck with the same ones that's on YouTube and
Yeah.
TikTok and whatever. So
Mhm.
that to me is our fault. That
Yeah.
we need to fix that. We need here's a new
Gotta be more
hero.
visible.
Right.
Yes, very much so.
Right.
Yeah. And can I ask where you get that sweatshirt, that hoodie from?
Oh.
That's a really nice hoodie.
This is mine.
Well, she's
Yeah,
an artist.
I'm an
Come on,
artist,
you need
and
to
I have-
tell.
Yeah, I'm an artist and I have my own clothing line.
And what else?
So
Come on.
yeah. Oh well, I do a lot.
Look at the
we'll talk.
glasses. See the
Yeah,
glasses?
the glasses.
She does a lot.
Yeah.
She's been
Yeah.
over in New York, on the billboards,
Yeah,
all of that good stuff.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
featured.
She's very
Yeah.
humble.
I was featured on Times Square in New York
that right?
doing fashion week.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
So all this
amazing.
is mine. I
And,
love.
and took me with her. Put me
Yeah.
on
Yeah. So it was me
Okay.
and Tommy flying. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how you
So
do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was in Macy's for right before the pandemic. And the pandemic hit. They pulled me out
Amazing woman.
because I was young designer, and I was like, oh, I'm a designer. I'm just putting my artwork on clothes. Who knew? But
is a designer.
yeah,
Don't minimize yourself.
you know what?
She's humble.
I recognize everything I've done, and I try to teach others behind me to do what I do,
Mhm.
and that's more than enough for me.
Nice.
And that way, I know I'm going to rise.
Oh, already.
Next year, I'll be a millionaire.
There you go.
Look, this is my
Probably
road
this
dog.
year,
Every
you know what I'm
round around
saying?
the world.
Yeah.
I got the sweatshirt, the shirt she had underneath. She made that.
Yeah.
I got
see
glasses.
her
I got
artwork.
underwear.
Well, I'm
I got.
ready to be a customer.
All right,
Okay.
I'll reach out to you and give you my
There you
information. But yeah, I've done a lot. I'm still doing some things in the background, and I've been featured in Rochester, New York. Russell Simmons has one of my paintings. Yeah, it's a lot,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to talk about myself because it's about y'all.
It's okay.
When I
Yeah,
did start,
but we'll talk because I got a lot going on.
I gotta get some hoodies for my wife and my daughters. I gotta
Okay.
They
get
would
that.
love it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, this is a young Jimi Hendrix.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you know that he was in the Air Force? This is
I
when he
did
was
know that.
inside of the Air Force.
Yeah.
This is exactly what he used to look like before he started burning up guitars.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh yeah. Today we lost last song.
Oh yeah, we sure did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
He passed.
82
Really?
years, 82 years old.
Yeah. So
Wow.
like a
grew up,
legend.
grew up on that.
Yeah,
Yes, we
me
did.
too, right?
Pops was spinning them.
Yes,
every
we
day.
did. On the
Don't
on
ask
the,
why.
on the record player.
Who? Y'all love who? I'm not that old.
Yeah, don't you lie.
I'm joking.
You say you don't,
Already
know
said.
what, you don't know what a record is.
Yes, she did.
She's
Oh,
faking
my
it.
please.
She's
I'm
fake.
joking.
She's telling jokes.
So don't, hey guys, don't forget, if you any kind of thing, you want to do an event, a major event, or a health fair or something that you think you need more turnout, and like you can always just, hey, can we come on the show? You ain't got to take up much time. You come in, tell them when, where, what, and what to do.
Love it.
And they know you, your family, the people are all in the chat, so it's not like they don't know
Thank
you.
you. Thank you to the audience.
and your next rhythm, rhythm of love.
Same
Please,
thing.
please let us know.
Same
That's
thing.
You know,
what
so we can start. Not, you know, like I know that you guys have a close group right now, but the way that things are spreading, it's going to be open really soon.
Real soon.
And like I said, the Essence Awards. I'm just saying.
Oh.
And then when you paint Ricky, go live.
We need that on Twitch.
Everybody will zoom into
We
that.
need that on Twitch.
Everybody will zoom into that. Yes.
Hey,
I got you.
He said he gonna be on the turntable.
I'll be throwing paint at him while he on the turntable because he won't stop, but I can throw paint.
Y'all be blessed. And you know what, Tracy, you got anything to close with?
No, like I said, thank you guys for everything. Oh, mdarts.org. You have one more day to register for the Maryland
Tracy,
Arts
register
Summit.
me, Tracy. Well, I won't remember or remind me or something.
I'll send you a text message because you could benefit from because everything once you get there, everything is free.
Look, I did it with
They'll
her. This
teach
what she's
you-
talking about. I
yeah.
went and they said, "Kate, can you do classical music?" I said, "Sure." I can, and did a whole mix set and redid all classical records into house and played it.
Oh man, how can I get a copy of that?
I want that.
It was on site.
It was, and they just was blown away. I had all
That's
Gothic
amazing.
wings, theatrical wings
Yeah.
on and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh,
I was
he
like,
made he wears some amazing wings.
So I wanted the whole thing, and I knew they never saw that before.
Yeah.
Just like Baltimore, it's just trying to change the narrative. It's like we all are different. And like, you know what?
And this year we're at PG County. Every
Okay.
year we have artist scholarships until I would say the second week of March because this is information we're trying to give to the public. So we teach you how to write grants. We give you lawyers. You can meet up with Maryland State Arts Council to figure out what type of grants are out there. They even have international grants. So like if you want to practice your art over in Africa, Japan, or wherever, they actually give you money. Of course, you got to come to the little bit of money, but they will give you up towards $10,000 to do what you want to do and go ahead and create your art. So they have the Heritage Awards. So like I nominated house music, but Baltimore Club ended up getting the $10,000 for because it's ingrained in Baltimore and it's spread throughout the country, throughout the world.
Absolutely.
Like, to the point where I was in Paris. I was on I went over there to study art. I was in Paris and I actually heard Baltimore Club music in 5-star hotels.
Oh, I believe it.
So, now
They're actually bigger over there than it is here.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they give you money, and if they can't give you money, they will give you support. And if they can't give you support, they will show you how to get it done and be successful at doing it. And also on my Facebook page, there's a free Artist U. It's called Artist U, Artist University, that teaches you how to price yourself. So if you are an artist, not just fine arts or anything like that, it teaches you how to price yourself.
You hear that, Ricky?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that when you're pricing yourself, you got to, even if you're playing an instrument, you have to use gas and electric.
Oh, yes.
And a lot of people leave that portion out. What about the admin costs? You have admin costs before you get to your art. So it teaches you how to do that, and that's a free class as well.
But they owe me money. Those wings cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
And the equipment. Y'all equipment costs a lot of money.
So
you know that. You know how much equipment Ricky has to keep replacing, stepping up to the next level. It's just,
exactly.
So that's an interesting point, Tracy.
So I'll put all the free resources on my page. And
Okay.
don't ask me nothing. But anyway.
You're listening to the Thommy Davis Show, and hey, I think we finished again.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you
again.
all.
Have safe travels
With
home.
3
Yes.
minutes over.
Uh,
3 minutes. We gotta stop. Anyway.
So y'all out there, be safe. See y'all next week. And with that,
And
I'll let y'all have the floor back.
thank you.